Yo, this is Conan. You're listening to World of Wrestling podcast with Tax and Rich. Boom.
So, Tax, what are we going to call this podcast series?
I mean, I threw out that we should call it Enter the Dragon, but then I thought that was basically like a new version of Brie mode.
How is it like Brie mode?
Because if Brie enters Daniel from behind, then it's she's entered the dragon.
Is that what Brie mode meant? Every time I heard that music, I was like, Brie mode! It's about shagging Daniel Bryan.
I mean, Brie mode is essentially where Brie Bella gets hammered and goes crazy in the alcohol consumption. That's what Brie mode is. Do you not watch Total Divas or Bellas?
I definitely don't.
Yeah, me neither.
Are we just going to call this Brie mode? Road to Brie mode 3 XXX?
Brie enters the dragon. That's
What about So I went with something really sensible. I was like Road to WrestleMania XXX, but I like your one much better.
So glad this is the best way to... I mean, considering after we've had all the Aces and Eights shit, this is already of a higher caliber of what we just watched on 10 Weeks of Impact.
Let's do the intro and then we'll talk about it, eh? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast. My name is Rich, and as always, I'm joined by my good buddy, Tax Williams.
Oh, well, obviously we've had a bit of fun with the name, but we had some sad news in our local wrestling community last weekend with the official announcement that SEPW has shut its doors. It shut the academy. It has no plans to run any future shows. And I feel that I know a lot of our listeners, are fans of independent wrestling. Some of you just join in for either nostalgia of WCW or your WWE, AEW fans. But I'm going to indulge myself for a few minutes on this little soapbox for the last time about my fond feelings for Southeast Professional Wrestling and Matthew Huntley and Amy Huntley, who ran this promotion.
Before we jump into that, I didn't know this was a thing, so I've literally just found out about it now, and I'm absolutely gutted. I've had some bloody marvellous times at SEPW down in Folkestone Way. It's been, and Faversham and all sorts of places. Had some bloody great times at those shows, so thanks, guys. It's been a bloody good run.
Yeah, I have never had so much fun. Compare what I experienced in SCPW in comparison to what I experienced in NWA Hammerlock, what I experienced in some brief stints in the FWA, things that I experienced since being back in wrestling since 2016 with Preston City Wrestling. Jesus. Matt and Amy Huntley know how to run a wrestling promotion. It's so good. And I really hope the people who are part of this promotion realised how special they had it. I'm pretty certain some of the top level talent who have gone and worked at other places realise how good they've got it. And I really hope those who are trainees at SEPW, if they choose to continue their wrestling journey, research where they're going next. But this is where I want to say how Matt and Amy ran this promotion so well. It's because they genuinely cared about their trainees and their talent. They brought it in. Matt and Amy brought in their essentially their own safeguarding policies in mid-2017. Before it was a badge of honour, like all these other fuckwit Brit promotions now have going, we've got a safeguarding policy, but we're still going to book fucking abusers because they didn't do anything to us and it's not been proven innocent, because they're all fucking morons. Matt and Amy could have made a fuck ton more money in SCPW had they not done things properly. It blows my mind how this promotion was so well organised and so well thought of that because they focused on booking their own talent and building shows, it should have been one of the most sought-after promotions for nurturing talent and developing talent, and they were really good. Like we said, this is family-friendly wrestling shows. I remember one of the shows you came to in Faversham, and laughed hysterically when I had some small child shout at me going, "You're bald!" And I turned around and instantly goes, "It's a lifestyle choice," and things like that. And
that popped me pretty massively, man, because I just didn't expect it. You expected to hear it come out your mouth. I was just like, what happened? It was great.
And, from my own standpoint, I came back in, I said, 2016, start of 2017, found SCPW, was looking at some other training places. I'd floated a little bit around this with trying to maybe get into IPW and go up to like North Kent and train. I just got a really bad vibe from the emails I got back from a person who shall not be mentioned. But when I emailed SCPW, the professional response I got back was amazing. At that stage I thought, well, at least this person knows good English. That's a great start. And I felt welcomed from day one. I didn't go in
he
with
knows all the moves.
I wish I'd said that in my email. I know all the moves like Matt had to deal with on so many occasions. But I mean, I came in and I didn't go in with the whole like I know everything, because I hadn't been in a ring for like the best part of 9 years. So obviously I went in like completely clean slate, and he gave me the time of day. And I remember one of the first training sessions where I thought, I think he might like me, because we were running a drill. And the end of the drill, I think, was like a shoulder tackle. And I was having to shoulder tackle Matt Terry. And this is when Matt Terry just started. And
I need to describe the disparity and why that's funny.
Matt Terry is maybe about 80 pounds in weight. And
he's a good young boy baby face.
At the time, he was, I think he might have only been like 16, possibly 17 years old. And I would have been mid-30s, weighing about 225 pounds at the time. And I steamrolled through Matt Terry. I mean, stiff might have been the best term to use it. And I sent him flying. And Matt beckoned me over as he was watching on the outside of the ring. And he said to me, he was like, that was okay. Just maybe try and be a bit, bit more delicate. And I was like, oh, okay. The next drill, I did like a breakaway thing in the corner with Alex Aces. And you're supposed to do something to taunt your opponent. And I just clean slapped him across the face. And I remember having Luke Fager on the outside of the ring sort of fall over, wetting himself with laughter. Not the taste out of Ace's mouth. And I think at that stage, Matt was like, this guy's an arsehole. I think I like him. And then we did promos the next session. And again, I think people are a little bit wary of this, big fat beast coming in, steamrolling through the young trainees, as in not working overly gently. And then cutting some promos, and I think they were like, oh, this is great. And then the fact that, I'd been at 4 training sessions, and Matt was like, can you referee our first academy event with, Matt Terry as the other referee? So the trust he put in me from day one, then Harriet was born, I didn't go to much training, and he took a risk on me. He put me on the card as Two Tone's manager against Meathead at the second academy show. And I had this massive briefcase. And I said to Meathead, and I said to Two-Tone, this is a proper briefcase, lads. So if you're going to do anything with it, it's going to hurt. Meathead, I don't think, listened. And he was like, nah, just twat me with it. So Two-Tone fucking walloped him. There's still a massive dent in the briefcase. I have no idea where it is. But from there, it's like, just getting me to be Matt's manager was some of the best things I've ever done in wrestling. And in all honesty, the 2 of my most favourite moments outside the Doug Williams element, after he dropped the belt to Meathead, so Meathead won the belt for the second time, we're standing back on the aisle, defeated, walking away, just looking at that huge venue filled with people. It doesn't get any better than that. And the fact that the last SCPW show we had, I know you couldn't make it because I think you sort of slept through because you'd been working hard or your daughter had been teething at that time, because obviously children, we don't get to sleep anymore. Sure. And the fact I got to essentially my last wrestling show, because obviously this was about to be the big last run for me in 2020. Me and Matt were going to tag. We might have gone into the worlds of self-indulgence and bought tag belts. Just so we could win them. Well, that was my pipe dream for it anyway. I don't know if Matt would have been foolish enough to jump on board with that. But the fact that we got to finish as a tag team, as baby faces, celebrating with confetti cannons at the entrance ramp, even with the power out, playing my entrance theme on my mobile phone as I go around the ring, man, it was a real good way to finish it. And as I said, I love Matt and Amy for the opportunities, the shows that I got to be on, I adored it. And as I said, from my standpoint, I think it's absolutely sickening. A lot of British wrestling promotions think they're doing the right thing when they should have had this in place years ago, which would have stopped a lot of the hurt and trauma that so many other people have had. But if you're starting a wrestling promotion from scratch, especially in the current climate, look at what SCPW did as your blueprint for your training school, for how you look after your talent, how you run your shows. I mean, it said, I know we're already sort of about 10 minutes into this, but the fact that Matt let me help book Snapshot, our little run of TV shows on YouTube, and the fact he would always listen to other people, like I know that you helped give advice on the intro for that Snapshot show when he asked you some bits, and he'd never be one of these people that'd be too proud to ask for help. If it wasn't overly his area, or if he wanted a second opinion, he'd always value opinions, and he was always so proud in his product. Remember when we recorded episode 50 and the ring was a little bit squeaky, and it was like, no, I need to fix this. No, I need to fix this. And it's like, but you're going to be running so late, Matt. It's like, no, I need to fix this. If this is going to be something for you guys, I want to make sure that this sounds right. And
absolutely,
like the effort he'd put in, that's how people should be. And I will miss SCPW, but I'm so glad I got to be part of that run. So glad I got to be part of that journey and get to call him one of my close friends and get to do a food podcast with him now, which is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of processing this as I'm just letting you talk, to be honest, man, because it's nice to listen to. But my little experience with SCPW have been absolutely marvelous as a fan, turning around, me and Nick hanging out in the crowd, just chatting away, enjoying the wrestling. I've seen some really fun stuff, and I really love the way that yourself, Matt, Amy put this stuff together, like the production, everything. It was so much fun. But there's the classic two things that come to mind. Episode 50 of this podcast series, where we got to go do a wrestling training session. So I got to take some bumps for the first time ever in the ring and smash my head against the canvas. It was bloody awesome. And I got to do a Jake Roberts style lariat, yeah, it was immensely fun. But the thing that immediately comes to mind is turning up to one of those Snapshot recordings and walking in the doors, a match was actually going on, and immediately knocking over the hard cam. And basically just having those, because there's a couple of people I knew already from doing pods and stuff, essentially just ribbing me relentlessly while I'm standing there going, oh no, I've ruined everything. And Matt just turned around and just went, who the f- did that? Like, furious. Saw it was me and like, oh, it's only Rich, that's all right. I was just like, oh, what a lovely man.
Oh, amazing.
So yeah, good times, man. Funny stuff. And who was it? It was Vega and someone. Was it Jack and Vega or someone? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I ruined their. Luckily, they only just started the match, so they just restarted it or whatever for the recording. But yeah, sorry about that, guys.
It's amazing. It's amazing how Snapshot was essentially a glimpse of the future of professional wrestling in a pandemic, in a very small fan base arena with like a couple of cameras. I like the fact that Snapshot at the moment seems to have a better fan reaction than NXT. So if you want to watch wrestling with fans in a studio setting, go and watch Snapshot on the SCPW YouTube channel. It was some really good stuff, really, really enjoyable stuff. The fact there's a great match in there with One Fan Dan and Meathead, I think, absolute barnstormer, so definitely worth watching. But on the subject of great quality, I mean, Brie enters the Dragon. Oh my goodness, what a run of show we've got.
That. We can't call it Brie enters the Dragon. It could be... But we'll think about it as the pod goes on. If something comes to your head. I think we've got to put in WrestleMania 30 there somewhere, right? Because Triple X is funny.
Everyone likes Triple X. So did Peaches.
Anyway, so this is part 1 of our prequel of whatever we're calling the series. It's WWE on Monday Night Raw, episode 1072. It's the Slammy Awards from 9th of December 2013. The week before TLC 2013, the pay-per-view. Now, this wasn't originally part of the series, but as we put the series of pods together that we're going to be doing, leading up to WrestleMania 30, obviously, we kind of had this moment where we were like, wait, does that run include the Raw where the stuff happens at the end with the unification of the belts and, the crowd?
I think the other thing as well, this is a really good setter. It sets the scenes really well of what the plans were prior to Punk leaving. So it was planting
absolutely.
the seeds of where we were going for Rumble and WrestleMania 30.
Which will basically, the Royal Rumble is going to be the beginning, like the first proper episode. This is more like the prequel episode still. So we're going to get to that, listeners. Do not worry. So we are live in the Key Arena in Seattle, Washington. Although this is obviously live on the USA Network in America or Sky Sports in the UK. The commentary... Oh no, Tax. What have you done? You picked this.
I mean, Todd on commentary. We'll get Todd on commentary back.
Commentary. I'm going to assume for this whole run of Raw we're doing is Michael Cole
Maggle
and JBL. And that's it. Oh no.
Well, at least we're not having the Mania where it was Michael Cole and Lawler when it was Cole in the coal mine to set up Lawler and Cole at WrestleMania.
God, the wrestling and the singlet and the
tattoos. Michael Cole's tattoos.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, Michael Cole and JBL. What do you think, hey?
At the time, they had one of the most successful WWE YouTube shows. So I understand the concept.
That's not the question. That's not the question. The question is, how was their commentary?
I mean, Michael Cole, boo. You know, let's bring that gimmick back for this whole series. In all seriousness, JBL's commentary doesn't offend me. I can take it or leave it. I'm not ever going to sit there and go, you know who's a really good colour commentator? JBL. But I'm not going to sit there and go, you know who's the worst colour commentator? Byron Saxton. It's JBL. No, JBL's fine. I can take it or leave it.
The incessant arguing and getting their own shit in is annoying. I did manage to mostly block them out or take on the bits of information I needed to take on. You know, they're not immensely distracting like Taz was during that TNA run, you know, or they're not immensely subdued like Todd on commentary, or I'm trying to think of other really terrible commentators, or like overly talking like the AAA commentators, you know, who never shut the fuck up. But there's just this constant kind of jabbing at each other like they're not on the same team.
Well, it's a heel-face commentator duo. They're trying to...
Is it though? I don't know. It feels like they're just getting their own shit in for the sake of it rather than telling the stories that are on screen.
The best way I can try and describe this relationship is JBL is playing a very poor man's Jesse Ventura on commentary.
Yeah. And Michael Cole is just repeating whatever he's told to repeat.
Boo.
Dum 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 dum. Then, now, forever, forever.
Oh, on that subject though, at least I like the fact that they've now thought, how are we going to spice up our intro? Then, now, forever. So is it then, now, together, forever, or is it then, now, forever, together?
Together, forever. No, you don't.
Or together, forever, whenever meant to be together. One of the things that also horrified me at this stage, and I think this is going to be a common trend going forward, are we already in the territory of 3 hours of Monday Night Raw? Or do you think this was just 3 hours of the Slammies? Because I can't believe then Monday Night Raw has been almost on for 3 hours every Monday night for 8 years.
Well, I guess we'll find out next week. But this one went, 2 hours 15 without ads?
Yeah, it's a 3 hour show at the moment, guys, on this with the overrun on USA. I mean, this is the thing that people always forget. They always go, oh, Raw's 3 hours, it's terrible. No, with the overrun in the States on the USA Network, it's always 3 hours and 10 minutes or 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's way too long. And I had to pause this halfway through and be like, I need to take an hour or so, just go do something else and then watch the rest.
And I've come to the conclusion why I can't watch Raw now.
Because it's shit.
Well, no, but I've drilled down on the reason why it's shit.
All right.
A majority of the wrestlers on today's card are still on Monday Night Raw today.
Oh, yeah. I very much noticed that. You watch this. They haven't progressed since 2013. They've just lost their top stars.
The top star, Cena has gone. But everyone else on this card is still there.
Punk, Cena are the two that you're missing.
Yeah.
And they're quite important,
and Ryback.
to be totally fair. And Ryback, yeah, sure.
But everyone else
Fucking hell.
is still there. I mean, the fact that later on in this show we're going to be discussing a Kofi Kingston Miz match on Monday Night Raw, the fact that we have had Kofi versus Miz on Raw recently.
Dude, they had Randy Orton and The Miz as world champions this fucking year.
Good thing that
it's
NXT
2021
develops stars, isn't it?
Look at the roster of people they've got. And the dog shit show they put out every week. It's a fucking joke. Anyway, so Slammy Awards video intro is a super cheesy voiceover. Welcomes us to the show. Goes, welcome to the 2013. It's really interesting how they don't ever say 2013. They've all very clearly been instructed to say 2013. WWE Slammy Awards, where tonight we celebrate the best and brightest superstars. I'm not sure about brightest, but okay. Along with the wildest and craziest moments of the past year. As you, the WWE Universe, I do not like being referred to as the WWE Universe, decides who walks away the winners. I'm like, at this point, they have an animated app. So apparently this is like a public vote thing.
Oh, yeah.
It does seem to be that everyone's voting on this. It's not dictated by WWE.
On the plus point, though, as a man who doesn't mind technology too much, what I really enjoy about this episode is how I'm told how to download an app from either the App Store or the Google Play Store throughout this show.
You've got to remember, this show's for Americans as well.
What I also like is the fact they keep on making reference throughout the show. They're saying, oh, and some other awards have already been awarded on .com. It's like, wow, you've got a 3-hour show and you still can't fit all the Slammies in. Owen Hart was the best person for gimmicks of a Slammy, and they've never been able to replicate that.
100%. We'll get into formatting of how they award Slammies and stuff in a minute, because it happens pretty quickly, and Jesus Christ. But the voiceover continues. Introduces the stars of the show. We've got World Heavyweight Champion John Cena, WWE Champion Randy Orton. Those two titles of belts, the actual names of those belts, frustrates the hell out of me, but we'll get to that. We've got CM Punk. This is a really nice indication of who they're prioritizing and kind of in what order at this point.
Mick Foley.
Later. So we've got Cena, Orton, Punk, Dragon, The Authority, then Big Show, then who's just not got any stories.
I mean, in fairness, well done for AEW for poaching that hot uprising star.
His commentary is quite good. It's really not that bad. I'm enjoying it.
I've only watched one episode of Elevation. I actually watched it during the week, and I was like,
It's not great, but it's tolerable. I think they could do better than Big Show, if I'm honest, but whatever. So after Big Show, we've got Divas champion AJ Lee. It's obviously been relegated like 6 people down at this point. Whatever. This is pre-Give Divas a Chance, isn't it?
Yeah, and also post AJ burying the Total Divas cast with a wonderful pipe bomb-esque promo.
Fucking A. Then the tag champs of the Rose Brothers, the total cast of Total Divas. And then tonight we're also going to have special guest appearances by Mick Foley, the New Age Outlaws, Eve Torres, Bret the Hitman Hart, my interest is piqued, and the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. And I'm like, sounds like a lot of fun just in that intro. It's really good.
Also, goes to show how they're, again, as you said, the order they're prioritizing people. Eve Torres, Bret Hart.
The cast of Total Divas before 99% of the roster.
Probably drawing more on E, to be honest.
I was going to say, well, I don't know how many of them are on E, but, you know, hey.
None of them are
I suspect half the roster.
None of them are in the Dragon.
Pick up their spirits. The voiceover sent us into the arena. No pyro. Like, oh, some flashy white lights, really awful generic pop music. It goes, get him up now, get him up now, get him up now, get him up now. And I'm like, nah, you're right.
This was before Blue Chew, right?
bluechew.com/World of Wrestling podcast. No,
Use
we
the
don't have
promo
that
code
yet,
WRESTLE.
Michael Cole.
Boo.
Thank you. Welcome to the show. And it's time now to honor the best in WWE. Welcome to the 2013 Slammy Awards. You are looking live in the Key Arena in Seattle, Washington. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. The pauses are left where Michael Cole leaves pauses. I find them rather annoying.
At least he put pauses in rather than Todd on commentary, who doesn't just doesn't have anything on his auto cue.
Why? I'm starting to find a whole new appreciation for Tony Schiavone and JR doing intros.
I have to say, listening to this, and now we're so far in on Dynamite, the chemistry that Excalibur, JR, and Tony Schiavone have, it's works so well because they're not overproduced. And it's a case of they take it right. Okay, Excalibur, this is going to be like the high flying match, so you can throw in your Tope con Hilo stuff. And JR goes, "Yep, another one of those."
And then and Tony Schiavone goes, "Yeah, I knew that was that's what that was called." And JR goes, "Yeah, me too." It's fucking hilarious. It's really good stuff.
It's they're telling the stories, but the problem is here, JBL and Cole are basically, as they have done for every commentator in WWE, they're telling the story from Vince McMahon's mind rather than what they actually feel or what they understand of the products. And that's the thing about WWE commentary, is it has been since, the end of the Attitude Era. And to be fair, this came to an end with Heyman and JR. I think because Heyman was doing so much off the cuff, that's when they became overly produced.
Yeah, it's also the PG era coming in, the big contracts with USA Network and advertisers and such. I understand why their content has to be scripted. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
It's amazing, like you said. I was speaking to a few people the other day, and it's like, I wouldn't say that I'm anti WWE. I don't have an appetite for it. I will watch the big pay-per-views, and I love the documentary content. Like the documentaries they produce on the network are incredible. Like the one about The Miz has been brilliant recently, but I just can't be dealing with their product because, like we've already alluded to, I don't really like the idea of the storytelling for the commentators, and I've seen every single match before.
Yeah, there's one massive problem with WWE. Like, to be anti-WWE is ridiculous. Like, they're the biggest pro wrestling company in the world. We need them to do good so everyone else can do good. Competition is the best form of motivation, I guess, the best way to put it. It's a very simple problem with WWE. I watch enough of it and I talk and podcast enough about it to understand. I think people at the top have lost the fucking plot.
Well, they've lost the plot, but they're making more and more money than they ever made before. So have they lost the plot?
In terms of creativity, like I said, I find it mind-numbingly awful. Like, I can't watch it.
I should have asked this at the start of the pod, but I do have a question that I want you to consider and our listeners to consider through this whole Daniel Bryan run. So, as we progress through this, a lot of people have said WWE have gone in this direction because their hands were forced. Now, again, similar to how I did in the Ace and Eights run, I'm going to play devil's advocate, and albeit slightly stupid. I want people to consider, whilst we always give WWE no credit at all for their long-term booking because they are, by and large, crap, do you think some of the decisions of this run of shows was actually deliberate?
What, in 2013?
Well, as in leading into Mania 30.
Yeah, sure, okay. I was talking more about 2021 in what I was just saying. In 2013, I'm trying to go in with an open mind.
Oh no, I've been that horrible guy and just gone off a complete tangent. I've gone, 2021 shit, but because everyone's talking about the creativity being gone, a lot of people in 2013 with this Daniel Bryan storyline have basically said WWE had to shuffle their deck because they were forced to because of the fans.
I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate for this and say, have we been worked to make it think we did something? So it's just something to consider.
Who knows
for
at
the
this point?
shows.
If we're talking by recent circumstance, I guess we'll have to see as we go through, to be totally honest. I'll save what I was about to say for later in the series. So Cole intros JBL, who's in a tux, and tells us we're also going to be joined by Booker T and a man who's on a list later. Michael Cole shows Americans how to use a phone. Thank God, Ride of the Valkyries cuts off Cole. Here comes our hero of the story, the American Dragon, the best in the world. Get fucked, CM Punk. It's the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, God, whatever you want to call him, the man.
When did Bryan Danielson, American Dragon, when did he first hit your wrestling radar?
ROH. What year would that have been? Basically, the first ROH show it would have been.
So I was later to the party with Danielson because I'd heard about him through PWI, because obviously that was the year where people like him, Nigel McGuinness, and Joe had all been ranked quite highly in that list. And at the time, I wasn't overly enthralled or overly immersed with the indies because I didn't really have great internet. I didn't really have much exposure to things like that. So my first dealings with Bryan Danielson, was when he showed up in NXT. Obviously, I understood that he had all this heritage of being a fantastic wrestler for what I'd read about him on PWI and what some other wrestling fans had said about him through a little bit of online chatter of the internet when I had access to it. But the fact that the first impression I had of Daniel Bryan was having the Miz as his pro. But
Sure.
Then he went on to have this outstanding match with Jericho in the main event on the first ever episode of NXT. And it's like, this guy can move. He's like, did like a suicide dive, and him and Jericho just went flying into an announce table, and you saw Dragon's back just go over, and it's like, he has come to play.
Do you remember the story of when I first met Daniel Bryan Danielson?
I do, but it's always worth repeating it for funsies because I always get a chuckle out of it.
So he had a really, really long run with the ROH belt. Lost it to, God, I think it was Jamie Noble. Then came and did the PWG European Vacation, Portsmouth. One of my first American-esque indie shows I travelled down to, obviously. It was like an IPW show where there was a bunch of PWG guys on it.
I wondered where you were going. It was an IPW show with a bunch of PWG guys.
Careful now. And, we've got my mate Dave bought front row tickets. And so I was like, yeah, I'll have your third one. No worries, mate. So I drove them down there. We sit at our seats, etc., just hanging out, and there's merch tables behind us. And there's Bryan Danielson. I'm obviously a big fan at this point. I go over and I'm just like waiting 4 or 5 people, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to buy something that's like, the right thing to do. I want to support him, etc. So I got my little photo, whatever, and he signs it, and he's just the nicest man in the world. And I remember going, well, I don't want to be a dick and like break kayfabe, but now knowing how indie wrestling works, I understand he didn't give a shit. But I think, what was my question? I said, oh, are you gonna go after that ROH title anytime soon, or when are you going to get back your ROH title? And he just looked up from signing my photo and just went, yeah. Looked back down at his photo, finished signing it, took a photo with me, and then I went, sat down in my seat and felt ashamed.
But
so, there we go.
But where is that signed photograph now? Also, I could also call it a photograph rather than photograph.
What about what happened with the photograph?
Oh no, where is it now?
It's on my wall behind me.
It is. I always enjoyed looking at that when we were allowed to podcast in person together.
Do you know about why it's damaged?
Because Bryan hit you with it after asking about the RH title.
No, it's kind of an even funnier story. So Austin Aries is on the card.
Hey, he must have not been wearing a mask then.
And I mean, if I say this name to you, you're going to laugh. He was wrestling straight out of prison, Zebra Kid. 15 years. Zebra Kid, how you doing? And so Kid comes out and basically just starts beating the shit out of Austin Aries. And you can see Austin Aries going, oh no, what did I sign up for? Is this going on?
Do you think this is when Austin Aries got his clock route? He's like, his bell rung, so he goes, anti-vax, QAnon. I love this stuff. We've got to blame Zebra Kid for this, have we?
Sure. So just to quickly finish the story, they go to the outside. He's beating up Aries, throwing him into steps, throwing him into the ring post, slamming him against the wall. And Aries is going, can we just do an arm lock?
Injecting him with Pfizer BioNTech.
Yeah, absolutely. And basically the photo's on the floor with my jumper and stuff. And literally a foot in front of me, Zebra turns around, Irish whips Austin Aries forcefully into us, essentially. We managed to just jump out of the way at the last second. They go flying through our chairs. And I literally see my photo just go across all these chairs. That's why it's damaged. It's Austin Aries and Zebra Kid. Went flying through it. It was bloody great.
It's amazing how when I start thinking about those two people, I go, well done, Zebra Kid.
Yeah, exactly. So out comes Daniel Bryan, hometown hero, massive pop. He is over. He is literally this is like the loudest pops of any human being ever. These sort of crowds,
Proper hometown pop as well, though. I like it in WWE where you get, like if Titus O'Neil wrestles in Florida and he gets a nice pop. It's like, yeah, it's Titus, and he does really nice things for, in his ambassador role in WWE and does a lot of good things. But like this Dragon Pop in his hometown,
it's Brett Calgary, it's Punk Chicago, it's McGuinness London,
Yeah, it's not forced. It is genuine excitement to see their hometown guy.
Absolutely. Surprisingly, for 2013, there's tons of signs in the crowd. It looks like an Attitude Era show.
Yeah, I was surprised because considering we were like, we haven't had signs since the Attitude Era, there were so many, including my favourite one during this intro of it was one about AJ going, "Let me put a baby in you."
Oh Jesus! Okay, very Attitude Era then.
I mean, it was Punk.
So, who is Daniel Bryan wrestling tonight, Tax? You better say it right.
Okay, well, here's wrestling Fandango.
Very good.
With
Who's
Summer Rae.
accompanied by Summer Rae, yeah, sure. Fandango looking splendid in his shiny purple frilly shirt. He stole our fucking gimmick.
This is the time as well when Fandangoing was like running wild in Goodison Park. Do you remember this? Because I know they showed like a clip of it, but all the Everton fans, it's the closest thing they're going to get to silverware. I know that's
a Premier League team for all those people that don't follow football.
Yeah, not a mint, not a type of a mint.
Indeed, yeah.
But and at least he was trying to get some mainstream coverage by all this Fandangoing. It's he's still with the company now. Would you believe it? In 2021.
Yeah, sure. I watched that WrestleMania with him and Jericho in that match, and the fans are a fucking riot, especially the Raw afterwards as well. It's really, really fun. Did wear a little thin after a while, but it is what it is. When you got Big Show in the middle of the ring going, duh, 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 duh. It's lost its momentum, but whatever. Again, that sort of funny crowd interaction with context and banter and everything, absolutely great. It's the constant repetition of bollocks and just chanting for chant's sake, that frustrates me as a fan.
And this is the thing that I believe hit Adam Rose as well when he had his rosebuds and his conga line. That could have, and this is the thing as well, with something like that, had that debuted on a Raw after Mania or in London where everyone would have ate it up, it could have set like Adam Rose, at least the character rather than the person, on a good trajectory. But with Fandango, there's no denying Johnny Curtis is a decent in-ring hand. He must be for him to be there for so long. But
I'm a big fan. I think he's outstanding in the ring.
But this was very much, right, we want to give the hometown people a show. We haven't really got much for Dragon at the moment, so we're going to get a match on. We're going to get him heading into TLC, because this is at the time as well, we should have probably said as well, where Bray Wyatt is trying to get Daniel Bryan to join the Wyatt family. This is where Dragon is running into this pay-per-view. The stories leading up to this is Bray Wyatt saying, Daniel Bryan together, if you join the Wyatt family, we can run this place. We can take over
This is where commentary works in this style, because they put that story over a lot, so we knew what was happening without seeing any context prior to it.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're unfamiliar, at least we are having some of the backstories heading into this. And we do find out during this match that Dragon's in a 3-on-1 handicap match this Sunday against the entire Wyatt family. The good thing about WWE booking is they never like to have the same gimmick twice on a pay-per-view.
To be fair, the fact that Dragon's wrestling the Shield, Dragon's wrestling the Wyatt family, and Punk is wrestling the Shield in 3-on-1 handicap matches, is because Kane is now part of the Authority and the matchmaker, so he's trying to prove himself to Triple H and Steph. At least the story makes sense.
Yeah, but you could have done it one of them could have been a gauntlet rather than a handicap match, just to give it a little bit of diversity.
It's not good, but it has logic.
Yep, which we can't complain about, especially in comparison to today's product.
I was about to say, which is what they don't have in 2021. So the crowd are completely into it. Yes, chance, Daniel Bryan. Like literally throughout the whole fucking match. Really, really fun. Commentary do a good job putting over his gimmicks, as we talked about. AEW referee Audrey Edwards is sitting opposite the hard camera in the second row. Do you spot her?
I didn't spot her, but because she was bawling at his retirement speech, wasn't she? Poor Aubrey.
She is having the best time throughout this whole show. She's on her feet, she's marking out, she's jumping up and down, clapping, applauding, shouting at the bad guys. I'm like, perfect wrestling fan, really, really good.
Did brilliantly Impact Rebellion.
Mate, she's fucking outstandingly good in her job. She's really, really good. Massive fan. Speaking of which, I love Seattle as well. This crowd all night are fucking great.
They play their role, and also they don't, until the main event segment, they play their role properly. They don't.
Yeah,
they don't.
They shut on a few bits, but it was funny at least.
Yeah, well, the important parts they play their role. They play a key role in the show in pushing it along.
Speaking of which, I think Summer Rae does a very good job on the outside as well.
Summer Rae, from a valet standpoint, is really underrated. I know people will sit there and go, It's like, I forget her in-ring stuff. Like, her as a manager, even the stuff she was doing with Rusev near the end of that run, she was excellent. She was really, really good. She's, I think she's, what did I see recently that she's now joined like some kind of cybersecurity company?
Oh, all right, fair enough.
And it's like, so I think obviously she's definitely done with pro wrestling, but she definitely added to that whole Fandango package.
Yeah, I remember seeing her wrestle for the first time, and I can't remember who it was against, but she stiffed the shit out of them, and I was like, wow, this girl's awesome. And I always thought it was a shame she never got a push, but...
No, she just got her stuff in a black bin liner.
Yeah, exactly. It's WWE, whatever. So, Fandango does the deal. Jesus! But somehow Dragon kicks out at 2. What the fuck? Dango misses the top rope leg drop. My hips. Dynamite Kid headbutt by Dragon.
Ouch.
My brain. Dragon with the Bombardier, the Kinshasa. What does he call it?
It's probably like the yes knee.
Yeah, the running knee, whatever you want to call it. The crowd counts along with the referee. 1, 2, 3. The winner is Daniel Bryan. For me, a perfect TV opener. I love the crowd. Dragon is obviously awesome. And Fandango is the perfect silly heel foil to babyface Dragon,
Imagine you had never watched wrestling before, and this is the first thing you saw. A really, really passionate crowd cheering on the good guy against the bad guy. The bad guy's got a little gimmick that people around the world are replicating. The whole package of the female valet at ringside. Good in-ring action. Good in-ring action is an understatement for an opening TV match. These two came to work. And if I'd watched this for the first ever time, I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to keep watching this. This is really good. This has piqued my interest.
Yeah, when have you ever seen these two not come prepared for a match.
Yeah, and when have you ever? When was the last time you watched a Monday Night Raw when you had an opening match rather than a segment? Well, an in-ring like promo. When you actually thought to yourself, "Bloody hell, that was a good opening match."
Yeah, sure. So, crowd are chanting along with Dragon, doing the yes, but Dragon gets interrupted by a generic lamp-lit Bray Wyatt promo. Remember when this was every fucking week? Just him in a low-lit room going, "Oh, society, society."
I like Hawaiian shirts. Run.
Yeah, exactly. It's effective. I like the gimmick, but I remember this being immensely tedious, like 3-4 years in, when they would just have someone doing something in the ring, brr, 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 cut to Bray going, "I don't like society. Oh, the Firefly." You know, the guy's so creative. It's so interesting, and the character is so well developed. And I mean, this is such a reoccurring thing with Bray, where WWE just give him. Maybe it's his own fault. I don't fucking know. Who knows the inside out workings of this? But his career is such a mess, and he seems to always have so much potential for me.
I couldn't get through this stage without suddenly going, "Oh, Brody." I think that's going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
because
that's gonna
Brody's
be-
standing in the background.
Yeah,
You know.
I just think that's going to be a big thing for me. From the fact that we get the Elimination Chamber and this run of shows, which I think was he should have been pushed more in WWE. But
Yeah, no shit. Jesus Christ.
But what we're going to get in this run of shows at the Elimination Chamber, obviously we are following, this run of to Triple X Mania. But but getting the subplot of watching the Wyatts and watching Brody through this, it's going to be really nice to be able to go to that as well.
I've watched this the first time round, obviously. I genuinely can't remember big chunks of it. So I'm sure when it comes to it, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, this happens." So just be a bit wary of spoilers and stuff. Okay,
that's exactly why I've now, it's just being able to watch this unravel. So
Sure.
Yeah,
And Bray has some really good lines here, by the way. Sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh no, crack on.
Okay, Bray has a couple of really good lines. "I need you to know we're going to hurt you. You're a monster just like me. I will take all the pain away. Join us, Bryan." It's very, very. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
I've watched that
But
film.
it's effective.
I've watched that film. I know what you're talking about.
but it's effective storytelling. It's fun. It's creepy.
Also, at this stage, all I saw with Bray Wyatt was Waylon Mercy.
Name rings a bell. Can't put two and two together. Waylon Mercy.
Man in early Monday Night Raws wore odd Hawaiian shirts and babbled a lot and tried to feud with The Undertaker.
Gonna have to look that one up at a later date. Cut to ads because we're watching this on the network. We quickly fade to black and straight back up into our next match. I'm like, pacing of the show, bro. It's so much better than TNA.
Yeah, but you say that, at least in this show, because I know obviously we're almost 50 minutes into this this initial prequel episode. And I know obviously
we've had a lot to go over.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's going to be a long pod. I think you'll find, mate.
Well, because we're focusing really on our storylines rather than like going through in-ring content. But you say about the production value as we go through the show. Yes, it's better than TNA. But what I love is babyface is in control. We go to a break. How the fuck's the heel now in control?
Yeah, it happens every match. I will say, one of the things that did annoy me a little bit about this whole show, every single match has the same format.
Yeah.
It's no one ever tries to change up. They're just doing TV matches, and you understand why they're doing it every week. They've got a formula that works. They execute it. The big reason that in 2021 AEW works me every week and Raw doesn't work me every week is AEW always give you variation.
Also, they don't give you seasickness with like cuts every 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, facts. Even in 2013, it's pretty bad at times.
Yeah, I was quite sad when watching this, and I went back and rewatched some WrestleMania stuff, this year's WrestleMania, and I worked out in some of the flurry offense segments that they would do a camera cut every 1.5 to 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Whereas at the moment,
there was a finish where they cut every like quarter of a second. I was like, I literally didn't see what was happening because you went and it finished. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
But at this stage, you're getting a camera cut every 3.5 to 4 seconds if you've got a flurry going on or a lot of exciting stuff going on. But
it's not
then,
horrifically distracting at this point in 2013.
No, but WrestleMania, when I noted it for Mania and this, then you know sometimes where something just plays in your mind and you just go, that was a quick cut, that was a quick cut, that was a quick cut. Oh fuck, I've missed half the match. That was a quick cut. Did I miss the whole match because they cut?
I watched a documentary about why New Japan's production is better than everyone's, and AEW have adopted a lot of their tactics as such. Firstly, the cameras find the wrestlers a lot of the time. It's not the wrestlers finding the cameras, which makes a huge difference. It feels like an action sport rather than a stage performance.
You saw that with the Bucks this week on Dynamite, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. There's certainly a balance to be said there. You should always work the hard cam, undoubtedly, but not as religiously as they make them do on Raw and SmackDown and just WWE shows.
Especially in pandemic times.
Yeah. But the other thing to think about, and maybe this is overanalyzing, this is going to ruin wrestling for some people. When WWE film stuff, they film it from the point of view of someone attacking, someone doing the move. Okay? When AEW and New Japan do it, they try and film it from the perspective of the person taking the move. So if someone's in the corner and they're about to be booted in the face, the camera will always go to the person sitting in the corner. So you see the person running towards you and you get that big impact moment. The way WWE do it is they basically film it from the side, so you see the person run and the impact, and when they get to the impact they go cut to make it feel like a cheesy action movie, and it's definitively annoying and distracting, I find.
It also avoids, by cutting so quickly, you never see the thigh slaps.
Absolutely. Did you see when Generico, I mean, whatever he's called now, who's Generico?
Sami Zayn.
When that other wrestler, Sami Zayn, ran in to do the haluva kick, had his hand up, and then just didn't slap it. He just had it hovering above his leg, and I was like, that's fucking great. So funny. Anyway, leading into our next match. So, like, the pace of the matches is fucking great on this show. We'll get to the Slammies in a bit. It's Damien Sandow versus Santino Marella, both of which are already in the ring. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. They're kind of like, lower mid-card wrestlers at this point, I guess. It's fair to say.
Well, Sandow's going for the mid-card belt. So I'd say he's not low-card. He should be the IC belt's the next WWE champion. So this should be well thought of with Santino versus Sandow.
Sure, because they booked that belt so brilliantly over the last 15 odd years, haven't they? So the Intercontinental Champion Big E is on commentary, who sounds surprisingly sensible during this match. It's weird going back and seeing Big E without the hyper New Day gimmick,
This is, like they said again on this, the Big E doc on the network, when he was just lost and just trying to be the, I'm a babyface. He's a top contender. I'm going to have my wits about me if I beat him.
Yeah.
Rather than soggy kisses. I'm Big E.
I mean, Sandow and Marella have a match. Santino calls for the Cobra. JBL goes, somebody call Peter. There's a wild snake in the ring. And I'm like, who's Peter? That's a joke. I know who PETA or PETA or whatever it is. It's fine. I'm just clarifying because some idiot out there is going to tweet me. Full Nelson Slam. Cole tells us this is called the You're Welcome by Damien Sandow for the 1, 2, 3.
Somewhere the Rock's royalty thing has just gone there for a Moana reference. You're welcome. Ding. It's like Trump and you're fired.
And Sandow wins the match. So Big E hops in the ring to intimidate Sandow and lift the pretty Intercontinental strap. Oh, I missed that belt.
With the white leather as well.
Oh,
tasty.
Oh, the Shawn Michaels white leather. Oh, 92. Like, yeah, buddy. Oh, it's good. It's good belt.
What a great legacy Cody Rhodes left on professional wrestling by bringing back that white leather before this new IC belt butchered the imagery of the IC title.
Fucking A. Shame that TNT belt's fucking dreadful still. I hate that belt.
Well, it's the Network's championship. Cyrus the
So it
Virus
has
will
to
be
be
all
terrible.
over that.
Well, the show started quite well, didn't it, Tax?
Well, I do enjoy Sandal's elementary elbow. That's always a good thing. They're trying too much here, I suppose, because again, we've missed some awards. Probably we've cut back with no wrestlers having an entrance. Yeah.
I love it when you don't know quite how to put it. You're just like, well, yeah. So I do that as well. It's fine. So, Double Cross of the Year presented by The Shield. And I'm like, wait, 3 active wrestlers are presenting an award. Okay. The Shield come out all in black suits, black shirts, black ties. Not quite sure why, but I guess they wear black, so black suits.
Seth Rollins still with his Pepe Le Pew hair dye job going on.
Yeah, someone gunged in his hair and forgot to wash it out. Yeah, they. I love that we're making gunge a thing. Like, yeah, I'm going to start using this in everyday life.
All right, mate. I watched AEW. I completely gunged myself when this happened.
They read their scripts that they read in the back and tell us there was a pre-show where they won 2 Slammies, apparently. Good stuff.
Do you want to know what they were?
Oh, have you got this down? Go on then.
Right, hang on. Because I've got every Slammy noted
This is
down.
going to be a long podcast.
They got Faction of the Year and
Correct.
Breakout Star of the Year.
All 3 of them.
Yep. Do you want to know who the other factions of the year were, who they were up against?
We're already an hour in. Let's skip over it.
No, it's important. It's important.
Oh, for God's sake. Go on then. Who are the other factions of the year?
The Wyatt family.
Okay.
The Real Americans, which is Tony, Swagger, and Zeb. And,
yeah, sure.
to show what they're up against, 3MB.
To be fair, one of them was a former World Heavyweight Champion.
2 of them.
Whatever.
2 of them.
Oh,
because
Jinder. Yeah. I was thinking more recently. But
oh, sorry. I thought you were... Oh, sorry. There's me thinking you were about to downplay McIntyre. Oh, one of them was a former heavyweight champion. Jinder. Right, sorry.
Drew was also there,
Yeah, what's Heath doing?
So back to Double Cross of the Year. The script writing is fucking awful. They show the nominations video package. Do you want to go through the nominations? Because I've not written any of them down.
As you said, we're an hour in, but I certainly can, because obviously I wrote them down.
Okay, let's do it this way. Who was your pick to win this award?
What, for the Double Cross of the Year?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Stop
Well,
stalling. Tell me who your pick is.
it should have been Mark Henry.
Yeah, let's go. Summer Jacket Mark Henry.
Summer Jacket Mark Henry. It was Triple H turning on Daniel Bryan, costing him the belt at SummerSlam, or Heyman turning on CM Punk and costing him the Money in the Bank contract, or Shawn Michaels super kicking Daniel Bryan at Hell in the Cell.
I guess this is good because it gives people an idea of things that have happened in the year leading into the story we're doing. So this show is a really good one to pick up as a prequel. I think this was a really good idea, dude.
Yeah, but Shawn Michaels came out,
Yep.
said, I've been
Well, hang on. This is where we've got to talk about formatting, because they do the nominations and then they go, the winner will be announced later because apparently here's Kofi Kingston. And so Kofi comes out to the ring and we cut to adverts, and then a woman's kind of really sensual voice welcomes us back to the ad break, and I gunge everywhere. Back to the Shield at the podium while Kofi's in the ring. And you're like, why? Why the entrance and then the ads and then back to the award? Just do the award, then have them do the entrance, right?
Fucking ridiculous. Stupid idea.
This happens for every single fucking award tonight, practically. It's mental.
I get the impression someone accidentally reordered some rows in Excel, and that the order of the sheet, and no one was going to question Vince. He hit the keyboard. It jumped around a couple of the order things. It's like, Vince, you've got someone coming out to announce the award. Then Kofi comes out. Then we have a break. Then we confirm the winner. then the Miz. What? No,
The
no,
bit,
no,
the
don't
bit that
complain,
makes
Vince.
this extra awkward is before Jesus Christ. So during the ad break,
He wasn't there. He wasn't nominated.
Miz has also come out to the ring. So as we cut back to Sean at the podium, who's announcing, as we cut back to the Shield, who announced Sean as the winner for the Slammy, Miz and Kofi, who are about to fight each other, are just standing in the ring, hanging about. And you're just like, what the fuck? Okay. So no one jumps anyone from behind while this is going on.
They all really want to know who won the Slammy.
It's so stupid. It's really funny.
Fucking
For
ridiculous.
God's sake. So Sean won this, was double cross of the year for super kicking Dragon, so Orton could beat Dragon for the belt. Or Triple H could beat Dragon for the belt? Who was it? Which one?
Orton,
okay. HBK chats a bit and jokes about how many times he's double crossed people, which is tons, to be fair.
Yeah, poor
Sean
Marty Jannetty.
Yeah, poor half the roster, dude. Like, we forget how many times Sean's actually betrayed people over the years. It's an immense amount of times. HBK cuts a great line at a kid shouting, "You sold out." He goes, "I sold out a long time ago. That's why I'm still here." Sean's the best.
I also like the fact when I don't understand that I've been double crossing people for like 20 years and now I've won an award 5 years after I've retired. It's another great one.
So then he wanders off. Sean is in full silly mode at this point. He's already retired, right? Or is that not?
He's fully retired. Yeah,
that was last year. I thought it might be the WrestleMania coming up. I was like, oh, do we get to see? And I was like,
no, he's 5 years gone now, isn't? No, he's 4 years gone now, heading into Mania because he went at 26, didn't he?
Numbers just disappear in my head, dude. My memory for numbers is awful. That could have been WrestleMania 5. That could have been WrestleMania 50. I don't know.
WrestleMania 50 will still have the same wrestlers on this show.
If we get there. But anyway, so it's The Miz versus Kofi Kingston in 2013, much like 2021. I like Raw with the white ring ropes. Looks really cool.
I wonder if that was just for the Slammies.
We'll find out. Kofi has Miz in a roll-up after some, Miz goes to walk away up the ramp because he's the bad guy. Kofi brings him back in the ring. Kofi gets Miz in a roll-up. Miz kicks out and Kofi goes face first into the turnbuckles, quite gently. Miz rolls up Kofi, gently caresses Kofi's tights, which Cole goes, "He's got a handful of tights" for the 1, 2, 3. And the winner is The Miz. It's a match, isn't it?
Just go show how much I cared about this match. Miz won by roll-up. Documentary in 24 is good.
Kofi gives Miz a spinny super kick for good measure afterwards. But
how dare you? That's the trouble in paradise.
Sure it is. Cole, completely unenthused at this point, goes, "It's now time for another Slammy Award." Eve Torres, looking fucking awesome, is here to present Slammy for Diva of the Year. 2 of the 4 nominations are not singular people.
I mean, Diva of the Year, we've got the Bella Twins, the Funkadactyls as another tag team.
Both 2 people.
AJ Lee, Natty, Eva Marie, and Caitlin.
Who's your pick?
Well, I've seen pictures of Caitlin, so Caitlin.
Isn't she a bit dead now?
Who, Caitlin? No,
Yeah.
you're thinking of Amy Massaro. Ashley Massaro, sorry.
Who's Caitlin then?
She was on the all-female season of NXT and one of AJ Lee's mates.
Huh.
But in fairness, the Bellas should have won this because of their
this awkward silence.
The Bellas should have won this because they were the stars of an E-Network show, so it gives them more promo stuff, so I understand. In fairness, right, the stats for this apparently were 1.6 million votes were cast for these Slammy Awards, which is interesting. 1.63999999 was actually from John Laurinaitis voting for the Bellas, as he's married to their mother.
Yeah, I'm also 6'10" and weigh 700 pounds.
It's wrestling, it's fine. I walk around
Come
at
on.
I walk around at 5. I walk around at 5'11" in wrestling.
So obviously AJ Lee is the best, but whatever, it is what it is. But before we actually get that winner announced, there's obviously the Bella Twins, and we'll talk about that in a second. Who's that jumping off the boat? REY Mysterio, don't you know?
Who's that jumping the border? REY Mysterio.
Ray makes his entrance. Cole
Hang
on
on,
and
sorry,
goes.
Rey
The
Mysterio-
Slammies keep getting better and better.
Rey
He's really
Mysterio Jr. He was in wrestling in 2013 now. Is he also on the roster in 2021?
Sure, yeah. Did you notice that a fan handed Ray a customized Seahawk jersey?
Yeah. And
That's-
Ray was like, "Can I have this? Is this
Yeah.
okay?"
That's like £160 jersey, dude. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing giving that away? It's mental.
A sidebar on this, I am absolutely disgusted at how much replica sports shirts cost these days. I saw Conroy posting about getting like a Fields replica jersey following the draft. And it's like, it's only $120. $120 for a replica shirt. Fucking hell, Conroy. You sell the rest of your fucking wrestling merch first, then buy it.
And that's without the customization stuff on it, you know what I mean?
You're
It's
joking,
ridiculous.
without name and number.
Well, it would have a stock name and number, you'd imagine. But with your own on it, it costs more, obviously.
Man, ridiculous.
I own a couple of hockey jerseys, all that I bought in person sort of thing. So they're a bit cheap because you buy them from the store, like, you know, the cheaper store in Vancouver or whatever, you know. But I own one Arsenal shirt. It was the first recent Adidas one because it said Adidas on it. I'm like, a bit of a mark. What can I say? That's the kind of shirt, though. It's so pretty that you could like get away with wearing that on the high street. It's just a nice shirt. You know?
No, you couldn't.
Nah, you're probably right.
I'm not gonna lie to you, my friend. You're a
Who
man.
are you sponsored by? Who makes your shirts?
Fuck you. You're a man in your
Not Adidas.
30s. You shouldn't be wearing sports shirts. I tell you what, if you ever come to a highbrow dinner with me and you rock up in your Arsenal shirt, I'm just leaving. But I will also pay the bill.
Oh, I'll find something less classy than that, dude. I've got a few things. So, winner of the Diva of the year. Well, many people are waiting in the ring for their match to start. The Bella Twins. You know, Diva, not Divas. Can they do that, Joey? Bastards.
Well, 2014 is going to be the year of the Bellas.
Well, speaking of which, from this little reaction here, they quite obviously are meant to be faces, but they're getting booed.
That's because Breeze entered the dragon.
That's never not going to make me laugh.
I think.
Okay.
I think that though, in all seriousness, right? The Bella Twins have done a wonderful thing for WWE, getting the eyes on the product. I think more female fans have migrated.
So many jokes just went through my head all in one moment, and I was like, you can look, but you can't touch.
I mean, Bray Wyatt.
You know,
Bray Wyatt, just purely for that alone. But the
Sorry.
Bellas, for the female fan base, through their cross-brand promotion and stuff that they've done, I assume their wine's a heap of shit. But I honestly believe that they genuinely are the reason where we're at with the women's division, because they realised they had such fanfare and could get in more money by having talented women featured and the Bella Twins.
Nah, it's all Charlotte Flair. You're wrong.
What's she ever done? We hate her. She's always favourite. They're bringing Tessa Blanchard to beat her up.
I desperately miss Charlotte Flair. I think she's one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen. I love her. I think she's fucking amazing.
Gets a very unfair rap, but this is the thing,
Yeah.
right? We're in the era of the diva, not the proper
Sure,
sports
2013,
entertainer. Yeah.
I get the that they brought a lot of attention to the product, which is a good thing.
However, moving swiftly on to what was almost an AEW match.
Yeah, dude, like really. So while all this is going on with the Bellas, in the ring for an 8-man tag team match, Cody Rhodes, Goldust, Rey Mysterio and the Big Show on one side of the ring, Curtis Axel, Ryback, say the name,
Rybaxel.
and the Real Americans. We're not racist, we promise. We've got a Swiss guy of Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger with resident racist Seb Coulter, I'm going with.
Yeah, resident racist. So
Yeah.
50% of this match is AEW, and the rest has retired. Oh, no, sorry, no. 25% is still in WWE and 25% is no longer currently active.
Yeah, fair point. I mean, you've
so it's
still
nice
got
to see
Ray
that we've now
and-
got like 2 wrestlers who actually were on this card who aren't wrestling today. But again, 9 years later, this is, again, the first match we've hit where people aren't actually active in sports entertainment at the moment.
Sure. So Ray and Ryback to start. Yep. These lads all do a bit of a wrestle. Ryback selling. Can you think of a word to describe it?
Feed me more.
That's 3 words, but okay.
Not when you're Ryback.
Can he count? Who knows? Perfect Cito isn't great. I'm going with this gimmick. I'm hoping we get more of these boys. So the rest of the lads are more than capable, though. I think Perfect Cito and Ryback are a bit shit, but the rest of them, yeah, I could watch all these guys wrestle all day.
And people wonder, and yeah, he's already head and shoulders above a lot of people anyway in Brit wrestling, certainly a million times better than me. So I know I'm not one to talk, but this is the reason why Curtis Axel never became a top level star. Unfortunately, I think he was very much lumbered with the Henning name.
Mm-hmm.
I think starting as Michael McGillicuddy was a bad thing. Had they just had him as Joe Henning to start with, at least there would have been able to give him a bit of a rub from that standpoint. And yes, he worked with The Rock, and yes, we heard in like Punk's semi-half work shoot promos that he promised that, Curtis Axel, I'll get you over. I promise I'll make you a top guy, and then did naff all with him when Curtis Axel came out was a Heyman guy. And it's that sort of thing, is that even if you've got Paul Heyman with you, it didn't work for Cesaro, and it isn't going to work for Curtis Axel. It just didn't work for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, just doesn't seem to have it, Like maybe one day.
Same as
Who
Mini
knows?
Ted. When Mini Ted was supposed to be the breakout star, and they tried to give him the belt, they tried to give him Maurice, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, that's hard to say. Hijo de DiBiase.
Hijo de Dollar.
There you go. So Goldust does this great spot where he's reached up into the air thrown up into the air by 2 people, and he's reaching for the tags. And he goes, I can't quite reach it. So he just grabs both heads and DDTs both of them. Fucking awesome spot. Which leads to the hot tag to Cody. Watching this back, I have a whole new appreciation for Cody now, knowing how capable he is.
Oh, I mean, fantastic in-ring stuff. And like disaster kick, really nice finisher.
Yeah.
His stuff, which he did with the paper bags over people's heads, and then when because he was dashing Cody Rhodes, maybe before, I think it was before this, wasn't he? When he was just before he turned into Stardust. This would be pre-Stardust because he's tagging with Dustin. But the dashing Cody Rhodes stuff, where he had the face mask, where he pretended like he hid his face in this clear mask, I was like, that's such good work.
Absolutely, man. Hijo de Dusty beats up Perfect Jr. for a bit. Cody gives the crowd a come on, like he's making his entrance at a British indie show. Disaster kick, 619, dropping the dime. Cole to Perfect Eno. As in Cole says dropping the dime because he loves it. To Perfect Eno gets the move. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Fuck it. 1, 2, 3. The winners are Cody Rhodes, Goldust, Rey Mysterio, and The Big Show. Inoffensive, better than I expected.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, there's no storyline here. This is literally just a filler match for the Slammies before we're once again told how to download an app.
It's who else have we got in the back sort of match, and it's fair enough. Michael Cole teaches his Americans how to use a phone again. Booker T, sorry, laughing at my own shit. Booker T, and how'd your kids? How'd your wife? Because ripped everybody out. Jerry Lawler's here. Oh fuck!
I like the fact that you just laughed at your own joke, then laughed at your next joke in your notes.
Because I forgot I wrote that joke, paused and went, am I going to say it? I was like, fuck it. I kind of mumbled my way through it. I think I'll get away with that. They intro HBK Shawn Michaels. This is the Slammy for Superstar of the Year. HBK talks about the best wrestler. Crowd instantly starts the yes chants. We all know who's the most over person here. Shawn suggests that we call this the HB Shizzle Award. I'm like, beautiful. Why not?
The nominees for this category are very good, except one.
Go on. I don't remember who they are. I know who my pick was. It's Dragon, obviously.
So the nominees are Brock Lesnar. I'll save the last one, the best one to the end.
Sure.
Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Dragon, Orton, Cena, Big Show.
Brilliant. Do we have a heel face scenario at the moment for Big Show? I think he's a face, right?
Yeah. I think he's face. Who knows?
The expression of it could be touch and go.
Oh, is that another Lawler joke?
Hey. But first, never mind that shit. Here comes Sin Cara.
Sin Cara Dos.
I was about to say, I was going to work out. Should we play which Sin Cara is this one?
It's Hunico versus. How's this man still getting booked?
Absolutely. So I went back and checked out the Rumble from 2013 just to have a look at kind of what stories were happening and which Rumble that was in preparation for watching Rumble next week. And in that Rumble, it is definitively Mystico Sin Cara. So this is less than 5 months later, and it's Hunico.
Well,
so that was an interesting few months, wasn't it?
Well, that's because original Sin Cara got injured. Hunico Sin Cara took over
with the giant tattoo on his shoulder, and everyone's like, "It's the same person."
And then other Sin Cara came back, and that's when they had Sin Cara versus Sin Cara Michael Nee.
Yeah. Torito.
I messaged him the other day, actually.
Oh, wow,
Good
okay.
old Michael Nee, because on one of the last shows on Fight, which OWE were doing, he basically promised that he said, I want to get all our fans who support us on Fight, I will pay for their accommodation, I will pay for their drinks when they're over there. I can't afford flights for all of you, but I will pay for your accommodation and pay for your drinks. And I just messaged him out of the blue going, is that offer still on for free accommodation?
Did he get back to you?
He has yet to respond.
Okay.
In fairness, I know we've gone on too long, but on the food podcast, I emailed Cadbury about a query I had, and they got back to me. I was
the
like,
chocolate makers,
yeah, the chocolate makers, because we had a whole discussion on the that food podcast about chocolate being kept in the fridge versus chocolate being kept in the cupboard.
I don't give a shit. It's chocolate. I'll eat it. Please go ahead.
Well, it's just the fact that Cadbury, a global company, took the time to respond to my email with a stock email answer, whereas my good friend and former colleague Michael Nee can't be bothered to fucking email me back about giving me free accommodation and food in Cambodia.
Is this the point where I go on about estate agents and how fucking awful they are at their jobs?
I think Michael Nee's an estate agent.
What do estate agents do exactly?
Take a lot of money for doing very little.
I'm trying to work out what they've done in this process and why I'm giving them like $4,000. I'm like, you've done nothing. I've arranged everything, including the photos, the videos, the floor plans, the description. You've just put it on the internet and you're charging me $4,000 for that. What the fuck? Anyway, but first, never mind that shit. Here comes Sin Cara. No botchy trampoline entrance, which is a real shame. Do you know how I know this is Hunico and not the other one?
Well, obviously the massive tattoo.
And he didn't botch while jumping on the ropes. So
scary pyro. The first pyro of the night, I think.
Fair point, yeah.
Pyro and mood lighting for some gunging.
Do you know what makes me annoyed? Makes me gunge. Is a Hunico Sin Cara match with yellow and blue lighting around the ring. It's fucking awful, isn't it?
I love the fact that when The Fiend came out, they were like, just change the bulb. Give them a red bulb instead. They'll love it.
The fact they went back to that at Mania, I was like, do you know nothing about what your fan base wants? Like, nothing at all.
They didn't want a night 2.
Jesus Christ, that was bad.
Well, almost as bad as this match.
Yeah, so with Sin Cara just standing about in the ring, HBK tells us the Slammy for Superstar of the Year goes to double checks. Dragon, obviously. He's the best in the fucking world. King Dragon, the ultimate. HBK
No, he's not the ultimate dragon. That will be Ultimo Dragon.
Oh, but he is the ultimate, though.
I'm giving that gimmick if he turns heel.
Mm.
The
Like,
ultimate.
I like Bret Hart. I try to think of other guys who I'm like really just like, okay, I like Okada. You know what I mean? No one is as good as Dragon. That's my firm belief at this point.
I would agree with you. Genuinely.
I don't think there's anyone as good as him.
Quick question, as a stupid question. I know this is going to. I know the answer for this, but I will just ask for clarity.
Mm.
Had Dragon never made it to this top level in WWE, do you think you'd have the same opinion?
Yeah, I literally. Wow, it probably was a year, maybe a bit less before he went to WWE. I remember Dragon was scheduled to wrestle Paul London in Sittingbourne, of all people, in front of about 50 people. Paul London no-showed, so Puck turned up. And you're like,
Fuck.
excuse me? We're going to get to see American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, against Puck? Yeah, please. This is prime Dragon Gate Puck. I'm like... And I like Dragon. I'm a British dude, right? I'm a big Puck fan. I cheered Puck when he comes to the ring. The second Dragon music's here, I'm like, best in the world, because he fucking was. For me, in terms of enjoyment watching wrestling live, it's only Generico and Dragon are the two that are the very, very best for me. And Dragon just has that extra something which makes him the very best. It's very difficult to put your finger on.
The only person I've seen wrestle and come close to that level live, so I would, on the second tier down, I would have Balor, Devitt, and Joe.
Okay.
When I've seen them wrestle, but surprisingly, Kurt Angle on the 2 times I've seen him work in person. Man,
Kurt Angle's he's right up there, dude.
He is in the people I've seen wrestle live, as in rather than like TV watching, actually being in the crowd and be able to watch the movement and the intricacies and the footwork of the ring, and just, you know, because obviously I'm not watching on a camera, I can just pick and watch what I want to watch of that wrestler and get what I want out of that. Dragon and Kurt Angle are two of, I can't separate them, but they are the best workers I've ever seen live. And they said, yeah, Devitt and Joe are just below that. Then there's me. Then there's Matt Terry. Then there's Voltage. And then there's Big Show.
I took a bump once, you know. So just quickly, we've got a lot to get through. But the reason I can always put Dragon above even Kurt Angle is that Kurt Angle is a guy that was an amateur wrestler that came in that learned how to do it very, very well. And so he understands the methodology to it. He understands the technique. He's really, really outstanding. Punk growing up as an ultimate just wrestling, like pro wrestling guy, means that for me, he has everything that Angle has in that element, and growing up doing the more legitimate side of pro wrestling techniques and things, you know. But he also has that je ne sais quoi of...
Ooh, nice terminology.
Ridiculousness that is pro wrestling.
Everyone needs that little je ne sais quoi. Very nice.
Indeed. So HBK struggles to hand over the Slammy to Dragon, gives it some great comedy chops that almost corpses Dragon. Again, these little sequences and stuff that I think Kurt Angle, Dragon, HBK, they're just the best at. They're really, really funny. Dragon thanks Sean for the HB Shizzle Award. Hey! Improv as well. He's the best. Dragon cuts a promo on the Authority. At least someone is doing their fucking job while doing these Slammies. Dragon gets all shouty and gives it a "Go Seahawks" for the super duper cheap pop. Fucking brilliant stuff, man. Really.
Mick Foley applauding for the cheap pop.
Well, yeah, he mentioned it later.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah. So Sin Cara is still in the ring, by the way. Oh no, I smell a massive cunt.
Paige?
No, we can't say that in this context.
What? Hangman?
Oh. No, it's not Hangman Page Tax. It's Del Rio. Oh, no.
Interestingly, the best Del Rio I've ever known is a regen of a player in Football Manager. And that's all I think of when I think of Del Rio anymore. He scored me 40 goals one season for Sevilla.
Very nice. So these two lads do a wrestling. crowd gives literally zero fucks. They're just chanting about their sports teams the whole way through. Del Rio stealing the biggest face in the company's gimmick, but just turning it Spanish. Can we talk about that?
I don't want to talk anything about him, to be honest.
I mean,
Nice car.
Imagine I come out, right? But just in Spanish. I go, I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, but in Spanish. Wouldn't you go, hang on, that's not your fucking line. But Del Rio coming out going, see, is fine. We're okay with this.
See.
What a cunt. Not you, him, but you are a bit.
And that's a fair assessment, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Cole and JBL constantly arguing with each other during this match, just intent on getting their shit in. It is genuinely quite annoying in this match. Sin Cara with a swanton, 1, 2, 3. Who gives a fuck? It's not Mystico. Cole tells us it's time for our next Slammy award. And who comes out to give the fan participation award, Tax?
Millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars. No, it's not Cameron Grimes. It's the Primetime Players.
Here to present the Progress Fan Award. It's great. So these two lads talk about their suits. Titus struggles to talk as always. Titus even does the yes as an example of the crowd doing a chant, and no one joins in. And I was just like, it's well funny. He couldn't even get that over.
I mean, Titus will always have my fondest memory of that first ever Saudi show where he stacked it at the greatest ever Royal Rumble and stacked it and slid under the ring just for Michael Cole and Corey Graves' commentary. It was the best. That's the first time Michael...
it.
Yeah. And having Graves fall off his chair laughing. In fairness, that's the best commentary Michael Cole's done in like a decade.
Yeah, fucking A, man. Fucking A. So... yeah, I swear someone from the crowd just shouts, "Get off the stage!" But maybe it was just in my head.
That was Vince.
They do the millions of dollars shtick. The nominations, do you want to go through them?
Oh, yes. Well, this is a really important one, the fan participation of the year, as I scroll through all of my various notes. No, it's not the list. It's not the list is awesome. Fan participation. So we've got Yes, Yes, Yes by Daniel Bryan.
Maybe you could demonstrate these chants.
Well, actually, I was going to do it as a chart rundown. At number 4, it's What's Up by R-Truth. Number 3, Let's Go Cena, Cena Sucks by John Cena. Number 2, it's Fandango, Fandangoing, but all his way to number 1, it's Daniel Bryan with the hit song Yes, Yes, Yes.
There's a joke about Jimmy Savile and Jerry Lawler there, but I'm going to skip over it. So, my pick was going to be, I'm going to go with the fans shitting on Ryback and John Cena as the last two in the Royal Rumble this year. That was pretty shocking.
I was going to go with Fandangoing because,
there we go.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a Fandango from now and again, leading to a nice bit of a gunging. Cheeky Fandango leading to a massive gunge.
Everyone likes to gunge their Fandango, right?
Gunging the Fandango is the new yanking the plank, is it? Is that where we're going?
The winner is Dragon, obviously. The best in the world. He's quite plainly over as just all fucking hell. It's just really awesome. It would be weird if WWE didn't push him to the, the main event immediately, right?
Yeah, I mean, who would think what could happen next?
Yeah, that'd be terrible. Take this babyface you've got and, try and highlight other shitty wrestlers and no one gives a fuck over this guy, right?
Or is that what they want us to think? They want us to think.
Indeed.
Somebody call my mama. Somebody call my mama. My mama. Oh, it's Tensai.
And Cameron and Naomi, don't forget.
Oh, well, they're really upset they didn't win Diva of the Year collectively.
Yeah. So it's Brodus Clay versus Xavier Woods, who's accompanied by R-Truth.
What's up?
Because they're both black, I guess is the gimmick.
Brilliant.
I mean, Vince McMahon booking 101, yeah?
Yeah. This guy's black and has hair. This guy's black and has hair. And they're both really good at music.
Is Woods' his gimmick that he's good at music at this point?
Well, he's good at dancing, because the gimmick is that he was allowed to borrow the Funkadactyls, wasn't he, in the entrance music. That's why there's beef.
Vince gets all his writing stuff backstage and he's like, right, so tell me about black culture. Dancing, you say? Fucking unbelievable.
When we do Black History Month, we need a lot of dancers, right? So, Vince, what are you doing?
Oh, fuck's sake. So Cole tells us that Woods beat Brodus Clay last week, so Brodus is a big angry boy.
Well, no, actually, Cole told us that Woods beat Clay last week, so that means Clay's winning today.
Well, yeah, that's how booking works in 2013, right? And 2021 and the last 20-odd years of WWE. So apparently the Funkadactyls prefer dancing with Woods, so that's the gimmick they're going with.
Poor Brodus. Fatism. That's what that is. Oh, look at this man with abs. We want to dance with him. We don't want to dance with a cuddly bear. Yeah, fuck you. This is just like school discos when I was younger. Bitches, slags, hussies.
As I was writing my notes, Brodus destroys Woods. 1, 2, 3. The winner is Brodus Clay. I just did no inclination to rewind it and find out how. I just saw truth selling.
Splat splash.
Yeah, it was
the
great
big
stuff.
splat splash.
So Brodus wins. Brodus attacks Woods as Tenzai and Truth come in and sell that, Brodus attacked Woods and what a dick. So, yep, there we go.
Tensai isn't even called Sweet Tea yet, and that's disgraceful.
There's a very, very funny line, though, as Brodus is walking away doing his, I'm a heel now thing, even though, is he? Is he not? Brodus has this fucking incredibly funny line where he goes, I'm a main event player.
Yeah, on Impact.
Miz is here to award the Slammy for Insult of the Year. Is that not just Miz?
This was a joke, this award, because it's...
Well, speaking of jokes, Dax, Miz starts to tell us a joke. Are you excited?
I do love a joke.
Miz goes... Okay, wait, hang on. I'm going to copy and paste you what I need you to respond with because it's quite long, okay? So this is your response, all right? So Miz goes, I don't know. Oh, I read your bit. Fuck. Okay. Miz goes, I had it highlighted. Leave me alone. Miz goes, what do a $1 billion princess, a bald blubbering walrus, a deranged skipping psychopath, Yosemite Sam lookalike, all have in common?
I don't know, Miz. What do a $1 billion princess, a bald blubbering walrus, a deranged skipping psychopath, Yosemite Sam lookalike all have in common?
When it comes to insults, they're all awesome.
I came to play!
Miz doesn't seem to understand how jokes work, Tax.
This is why my stand-up career didn't go very well either.
What the fuck? Well read the line, by the way. I wrote Yosemite Sam phonetically just so we both got it right. I'm just saying. So, yeah, good. You understood my ridiculous note-taking?
Like Ron Burgundy, I'll read whatever you put on there. If you told me to read it, I could have possibly been facing a lot of imprisonment if you'd written something else.
Do you want to go through the nominations of Insult of the Year?
Zeb Coulter being racist.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Paul Heyman hating straight edge.
But not even joking, my pick says exactly Zeb Coulter being a big old racist every week.
Paul Heyman insulting CM Punk, who at this moment looks very tired all the time. AJ Lee being accurate about Total Divas. Or Stephanie McMahon telling Big Show, you should be a giant, we've booked you terribly, so as a reward for our terrible book of you, I'm going to slap the shit out of your face 4 times.
But fuck all that shit. Look in my eyes. What do you see?
Several thousand pounds of royalties.
It's clubbering time. I miss CM Punk so much. Oh, I didn't realize how much I missed this guy. That entrance. Oh, just instantly, I'm like, oh, this is pro wrestling. It's so much fun.
He looks bad, though. His eyes, yeah, he looks so shattered. Tired.
He looks in pain. He looks exhausted. He looks frustrated, pissed off, completely at his wit's end with this fucking company.
I mean, it's probably because he realizes his match at TLC is going to be, you've guessed it, a handicap match against the Shield. I we've already run long on this episode, so I'm not going to go about the terrible booking. We'll cover that at the Rumble. But he probably knows what the booking is for Sunday night and's gone, what?
Sure. So back from ads, the Shield are heading into the ring from the crowd. Apparently it'll be Mox versus Punk tonight. And I'm like, sweet. That'll be all right.
Mox, fucking Mark, Dean Ambrose.
He's Mox to me. At TLC in 6 days, it'll be Punk versus all three of the Shield. I'm like, okay. And then we understand why later. It's explained that Kane is now part of the Authority and he's booking some matches. He has some title. I've written it down somewhere. But Director of Operations.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Sure. Good, nice. You've seen The Office then?
I've watched both. Yeah, I've watched.
Good. That's the joke in the British one as well, isn't it? Yeah, I just remembered.
It is. Yeah.
Right. So, Miz is here. Steph slapping the shit out of Big Show won best insult somehow.
Because it's insulting that she didn't need her words.
Steph drops a best for business line here and gets some boos. She's great at her job. Thankfully, it's over quickly, so we can get to CM Punk versus Dean Ambrose with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins at ringside. Can they do that, Joey? Pre-match, Rollins says, "It's only CM Punk. You've got this," which is fucking great. It's well funny.
Fair play. Again, I shit on the Young Bucks, but fair play to the Young Bucks for their Twitter game at the moment. Have you seen what they did after Rollins said that his jacket made it through the unforbidden door?
God, it was in an edit I did earlier. I've forgotten though.
So basically, instead of tweeting a response to to Seth Rollins on Twitter, they just updated their
bio.
And they've changed it to all Japanese now. But
they're changing it every few minutes at the moment. It's very
But
funny.
basically they said something about Tyler, well spotted Tyler, blah blah blah.
Wow. Nice.
Had I actually written that down, it would probably been funnier than me fucking that up, wouldn't it?
It's fine. My favourite bio change they've done so far is they put as their bio, how can we be better professional wrestlers? Tell us in the pinned comment. Then the pinned comment had the replies turned off. I was like, that's funny. That's great.
They've got it in Japanese, but unfortunately Twitter auto updates the translation, so it just says prefer doing Twitter this way, but we do miss interacting with you all and the hateful messages, body shaming, death threats, and Google Map images of our homes.
So when this match starts with Ambrose and Punk, Punk obviously looks very uncomfortable taking bumps and stuff. And I wondered whether this was to do with the cyst on his back, because I think that's at this time, right?
Yeah.
But commentary talk about how Punk is having bruised ribs apparently from a previous beating. So I was wondering maybe he's just selling those as well.
You can never tell. Again, this is the thing, unfortunately, with this whole Punk MRSA or Mercer, as our friends across the pond will refer to it as. It's really difficult to assume that level of medical negligence from a qualified physician. Just to turn around and go, I just have a Z-Pack or a Z-Pack. So I think he's dealing with a lot of issues at this stage. He said, I think this is just one other thing on top of it.
Allegedly, in our opinion, it's not nothing's real. Don't worry. Yeah, etc. etc.
I don't think I said anything. I don't think I said anything bad. I would find it bizarre.
It's meant to be funny, but don't worry about it. It's okay. Yeah. I'm tired. But basically, he sells the shit out of his ribs though as the match goes on, because that's the story here.
And at least he does sell. At least Punk understands. Punk gets wrestling. That's one of the greatest things always of Punk. And I will always look back to, I think it was an ROH feud between him and Raven to start with, where Raven basically pulled Punk to one side and went, this is how you do this. This is the idea of wrestling psychology. And I think Punk's has always credited like Scott Levy with in the early days of, one of the veterans actually took someone to one side and did X, Y, and Z. So must be nice to have caught Raven on a rare lucid moment.
Yeah, sure. That feud spread across a whole bunch of promotions, by the way. It even went to 1PW at the time as well. Yeah,
really good. I think the 1PW is the Shoot RF video thing that I saw of that, actually.
Oh, nice, cool. So, super solid storytelling in this match. Mox working over an injured Punk while Rollins and Reigns play along at ringside. Both these lads talk way too much, by the way.
Rollins. What, as in ring or the guys on the outside?
In ring, yeah. You can hear them calling every single spot.
Tired. Punk's tired.
Yeah. Again, they just don't seem to give a fuck, to be totally honest. AEW referee Aubrey is having a bloody great time hanging out with Roman and Seth at ringside. It's really funny watching this.
I do like, again, at this stage, it was like, Ambrose, he's going to be our first number one guy, because obviously he's the one who came with most internet fanfare for his CZW. I know how
It's
you
between him and Seth, yeah.
Yeah,
So Seth
so
was
they-
ROH champion.
Yeah, but that means nothing to WWE. He was the FCW champion
Means
as
a lot
well,
to
wasn't
the
he?
fans, though.
Yeah, the fans don't watch WWE, they do they?
Yeah, sure. Do you mean ROH?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Although-
a couple of nip. Sorry, go on.
Although I have started watching some of the 3 hour ROH weekly shows on Fight, purely because I am very much enjoying the work of Danhausen at the moment.
Oh, I was going to make a joke and be like, ain't nobody got time for that, but I like Danhausen, so oh well. Have you seen his interview with Sean Ross Sapp in the toy store?
No, the last thing I saw of him going, Danhausen's bag of money's a lot emptier since I lost. I must get another win to fill another bag of money. And then his list of the year going, I must have 30 bags of monies.
That's awesome. He turned up to a toy store interview with SRS in a whole beekeeper outfit with like a... it's just the best. A couple of near falls leading to Mox throwing Punk out to the Shield lads, and you think a beatdown's about to happen. But Mox tells the Shield lads to back off and fuck off to the back. Mox wants to beat Punk one-on-one and prove himself. Couple of sweet reversals later, GTS connects with Punk for the 1-2-3.
Very Neville.
A super solid little match on TV. CM Punk's your winner. Great stuff.
Yeah, it's just a shame he stole Kenta's move, isn't it?
Borrowed. I think it's
Neville.
fair. Well,
I still like, on the subject of Danhausen, I like the fact that, like,
for God's sake.
that Punk and Kenta got involved with the go to sleep, and the fact that he refers to Punk as, the Pepsi man approves me.
Oh, I forgot about that gimmick. Yeah, that was on Twitter and stuff as well, wasn't it? Shield head to the back so Roman can give Punk a spear. Head back to the ring, sorry. So Roman can give Punk a spear. Cole puts
that
this
code?
over as Cole puts it over as that's the only Punk that's the only chance Punk has at TLC. Miscommunication from the Shield. Good storytelling here. I like it.
Believe in the Shield, the Hounds of Justice.
Cut to a New Japan-esque main event. Here are lots of former WWE World Heavyweight Champions video montage thing. Tax, who's your favourite World Heavyweight Champion of all time? Any of the big boy belts?
The Great Khali.
It's a good pick. Solid.
He's the biggest of the big.
Booker and Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife are back out again. Slammy for most extreme moment of the year, and here presented is God himself, aka Mick Foley. Seattle show appreciation for God. I like Seattle.
Proper wrestling crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. JBL immediately rips on Foley's suit being a rental, and Cole giggles because they're twats. Nomination stacks.
The nominations for Extreme Moment of the Year. The Wyatt family crushing Kane with some steel steps. Ryback spearing John Cena through the slightly detached LED board. The Shield triple powerbombing The Undertaker in the UK on SmackDown. And CM Punk climbing the cell and beating the shit out of Paul Heyman with a Paul Q kendo stick.
And the winner for most extreme moment of the year is pushing Ryback to the main event. Who won? I don't think I even wrote it down.
Punk beating up Heyman.
Oh, yeah. Then, by the way, the Usos do their "We're Samoans, don't you know" entrance while this is all happening.
Y'all say oos, I'll say oos. Oos. Ah! Guns everywhere.
This gimmick of, again, tell me about Samoan heritage, Samoan culture. Face paint, you say. Silly dancing, you say. You know, you can just hear Vince.
And he's sitting there going, what's Atha doing these days? Can we get him to come and manage these guys?
Yeah, fucking A, man. So, back from ads, the Wyatt family are in the ring, along with the Usos. Bray's in his rocking chair. I love the gimmick. The little rocking chair at ringside.
I love a comfy rocking chair. Got one in my Warhammer house. Very comfy.
Warhammer house? Listen to you.
Well, it was what the summer house is called.
Even the summer house.
I was painting the summer house today, actually. It looks lovely.
It's great. This is the genuine truth, right? So the back of my house, the kitchen and bathroom are kind of like on a flat extension on the like a back. Okay, so it's got a flat roof. We heard some scratching in the ceiling, so a mouse or something's got into our flat roof recently.
Oh no, not again!
Yeah,
you had this pre-pandemic.
It's gonna happen, you know. And one of our neighbours basically said to us about a couple of days ago, "Oh, I just saw a rat running through my garden." And we're like, "Oh no." So what's happened is that a rat has not only just like got into our flat roof, it's chewed a giant fucking hole in the wood where our house is. And I'm like, you little cunt. And so today I was laying on my flat roof on my stomach with a ladder underneath me, spreading the weight. 'Cause I'm like, I'm not going through my fucking house before we sell it. You know?
Or your wedding.
Absolutely, dude. And like my hands, like the distance between where the ventilation starts and where the ventilation ends is like 3 arm lengths. So you can't like, you know, have one person poke it through and the other person grab it. So I've got like a stick with a hook on it and I'm trying to get this ventilation and pull it out so I can change it all and fix what's been damaged and stuff. Oh, it's a fucking mess, dude. My neighbour comes along, who's a plumber or electrician or something. One of those grippy, though, like candy grabber type things.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so, like, I'm literally there with my arm, like, halfway in my house, like, fighting with a rat or something. Oh, it was fucking banter, man. It was so stupid. But
Worst thing, some evenings I hear some scratching upstairs on my roof, and I realise it's going to cost me a lot of fucking money. Then I realise it's my wife, and it's the same principle. The same again, it's going to cost me a lot of fucking money. As I said to you, Paul, coming to the pod, pretty popular in my household today. My fucking wife.
She don't listen to this. It's fine.
She listens to the food. She listens to the food podcast, though, and I was like fucking burying her on that one week. So I was like, oh no.
Pan the camera up to Foley. Punk wins the Slammy for Extreme Moment of the Year for getting revenge on Paul Lee, who turned on Punk previously. Punk walks out in full gear still, selling his ribs. Checks behind him just in case the Shield are about. Lovely work here.
Well done. Yeah, very
Punk
good.
is a hell of a worker, dude. I know it kind of goes without saying, but these little moments, just like, oh, genius.
It's amazing to think that he's been gone now, like 8 years.
I'd very much like to have him back, please.
But where?
AEW, without a doubt.
Yeah, agreed. He can't go back to WWE.
It would be
but he won't. He wouldn't come back until there's live a proper attendance.
Yeah, he's doing that TV role that's about wrestling and stuff. So he's been in the ring recently, so you never know. I feel, as Punk goes, I feel slightly strange accepting any sort of award wearing no pants. And I'm like, that means something different in England.
I've accepted many.
Anyway, back to the Usos of Jimmy and Jay versus the Wyatt family of Eric Rowan and our boy. I miss him a lot. Luke Harper, Brody. What a guy.
It's sad. It's sad watching it. I think that's the thing, isn't it? Lad was in his 40s, you know, not that far ahead of us, and a healthy dude. And it's just that's the thing, isn't it? It's gonna have like that early feel of Eddie when you watch Eddie matches, and you want to enjoy it, but then you just go back and go, oh, this is. And you think about his wife and his kids, and I know, and I tell you what, it's this is going to sound terrible, but if it was ever going to happen, I'm so glad it happened when he was part of an AEW roster and having Tony Khan and looking after them, rather than what Vince would have done.
Seems like AEW and the Dark Order have done an amazing job with the kid, especially. You can see that on TV, you know.
Yeah. In fairness to the kid, though,
-1.
Love's always going to hug Tay Conte. Fair play to the lad.
Yeah, fucking A, bro. So, hot start, Usos flying to the outside. Here are some more ads. Oh, cut back and Brody is taken over. It's just so good to see him wrestle, man. As the match goes on, Bray is working the camera from his rocking chair. Great gimmick, this. Fun tag match. Pretty sloppy at times, to be fair. There's a couple of little, whoopsie moments, you know?
Not great communication between these guys at this stage, especially from Eric Redbeard. Not great.
Yeah,
Not great. But he's the greenest of the four.
Did I just lose you? You cut out there. Hello?
I'm still here. No, sorry. I was just
good,
saying
good,
that
good.
Eric Redbeard, just the greenest of the four of them. That's why I think it didn't really click.
Jimmy connects with the murder your girl in the motel, splash off the top.
Hang on, from him or Marty Jannetty?
But Rowan breaks up the pinfall. I'm just going to move on. Rowan launches Jay off into the announce table. I am the announce table. Jimmy super kicks Rowan off the hardest part of the ring. Jimmy turns around into a. Do you want to say it?
Lariato!
Thank you very much. By Brody for the 1, 2, 3. The winners of the Wyatt family. Wyatts do their creepy shtick post-match. Good stuff. As much as I dislike Cole and JBL, they certainly got over the whole Dragons in trouble when he has to face these 3 lads at TLC gimmick.
And they should rightly be worried because, they said they're going to hurt him.
Enjoy the match, like the gimmick. What do you think?
Always obviously even more so now, always enjoy watching Brody Lee work. I think they tried really hard with Rowan to build him up to be something, but there's only so much a wrestler can do in a boiler suit, like as the 73rd man of Slipknot, and always going against face paint.
That's great. Holy shit, don't skip over that. That's a great line. 30-second member of Slipknot. Sorry, go on. That's great. That's really funny.
I didn't want to go as low end going like the 12th member of Mushroom Head because I don't think that would have hit as well. And obviously, and I mean, anyone loves a band putting a giant Trojan rabbit across a warfield for Solitaire Unraveling. It's a great music video. And the Usos in face paint never hit with
straight
me.
over my head. Sorry, say that again.
Mushroom Head. Band.
Yeah, I know the band. I don't know the music video you're talking about.
Oh, music video for Solitaire Unraveling. Like the end of their music video, they got like this giant Trojan rabbit, their wooden rabbit they're pulling across the desert. I was like, oh, interesting.
Awesome. Quick cut to black, pan across the crowd because they've disappeared apparently.
You know what that cut is always like? Bray drops that fake lantern on his toe and it catches on fire and he goes,
which brings us back to Booker T and Jimmy Savile. I mean, Jerry Lawler to intro the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
Oh, Del Rio.
Gimmick stealing cunt. Goosebumps when Brett's music kicks in every time without fail.
I love Brett.
Oh, just like Brett's gimmick. Oh, I love it. He didn't do
guns
the hand
everywhere,
thing,
pink guns everywhere.
Brett comes out and doesn't do the "Hey, look at my hands, I'm an Italian gangster" thing, you know. Oh, I love Brett so much. Surprisingly, Brett manages to talk into a microphone without trashing the rest of the wrestling industry for once. It's quite impressive.
Well, Triple H was on stage. He didn't have to.
Yeah, he needs to learn from us more.
In my opinion, Triple H is only a 4 out of 10 wrestler.
It's fucking funny as shit. Triple H is one of the best of all time. We're going to be honest, he's a hell of a worker, but whatever. Brett's better. Brett says nice words and is here to present the Slammy for Match of the Year. Or as he puts it, the match that blew us away. And I was like, oh, I didn't know Brooke Hogan was backstage.
Hey. Get that ukulele out.
No, that gimmick's dead.
So's her music career.
Whee!
And so's the victim of her brother.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Oh, my God. Oh, that's so bad. That's such poor taste.
I mean, the thing is, you've just got to be careful of all those microphones that are around you. You just can't get caught. Do you want to hear the categories for Match of the Year?
Give me a
I'm so glad I've inadvertently killed you. This is excellent work on my part.
Oh, yep, nominations. Yeah, okay.
So, Brock Lesnar versus Triple H in a steel cage
Can't
match
say
at Extreme
that.
Rules. In my opinion,
Yeah, sure, allegedly. Oh, okay, whatever.
Cody
I
Rhodes.
mean,
and
it was
Gold-
factual at least, you know.
It's on the public record. It must be true. I'll start again. Triple H
Blow my
versus Brock
nose.
Lesnar in a steel cage match at Extreme Rules. We had Cody Rhodes and Goldust.
Who gives a fuck? My pick is none of these nominations.
Yeah, it's
Bunch
take a,
of
it's take
bollocks
a
in it.
punk.
Yeah,
Take a
probably
punch,
take a
hands
punch from
down.
WrestleMania, right? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really a crap storm to pick from, really, here, isn't there?
Oh, no, Take a Punk was really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Other
that
than the
point-
Paul Bearer build element, but the in-ring match was
Yeah.
very good.
Sorry, would you like to go over the other matches? I guess it's useful to know what's going on at this time.
Oh, okay. Triple H and Brock Lesnar in a steel cage match at Extreme Rules because Triple H has got to wrestle everyone.
Mhm.
Cody and Goldust against the Shield at Battleground.
Quite
That
a
was
nice
Seth-
emotional win, but
Seth
not-
and Roman.
not a great
not-
match necessarily.
No, and obviously Big Match John against Johnny Hollywood, The Rock.
Or Johnny Nitro.
Fucking get a haircut, John Morrison. Fuck me.
All right. Blah, blah, blah. So Natty heads to the ring.
Oh, sorry, John Cena and The Rock won. By the way, if you're keeping tally of
That's
the
not the
Slammys.
order it goes. We've got to do Natty's
Oh,
entrance
sorry,
first.
sorry,
It's all
sorry.
right. When we come
I'm trying to
back
run it like a proper award ceremony.
That's not how they do it. So Natty heads to the ring, gives Bret a heart.
Gives Bret a heart.
hug.
It's because
Hmm.
he gave
hands
the other one
the
to
heart
the
to the
Tin Man.
We cut back from ads. AJ Lee and Tamina are in the ring, and I'm like, oh, Tamina's wrestling. Fuck.
Has anyone noticed that? Obviously, I know with the podcast gone long, but we've both had very long weeks, which is why some of these jokes are just really not really that politically correct. Oh,
I mean-
hang on, who's Tamina's dad again?
Technically, this is our main event of the evening. And they said Trish and Lita were the only ones to do it, yeah?
They ain't got
Natty and
shit on these
Tamina.
ladies.
WWE
hang on.
is so progressive.
Wait a second. 9 years later, these two are a tag team, right?
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, that's the thing. Match graphic for AJ Lee versus Natty at TLC. That Divas belt.
Oh, you mean the New Japan belt?
Back to Brett, who's still here, by the way. Match of the year is John Cena versus The Rock at WrestleMania 29. No, it fucking isn't.
At that stage, a fan runs him and attacks him.
That's not this show, but yeah.
FTR beat the shit out of him. It's just worth mentioning because it's always quite fun watching Dax Harwood kick the shit out of someone.
Yeah, fucking A. Can we just mention Rock Cena at WrestleMania 29, how terrible that match is?
I choose to not acknowledge those two matches.
Am I right in thinking that's the one where Rock was injured in the first 10 seconds? So they're just working around that the whole time.
I think The Rock got fucked in both of the matches.
Oh, fair enough. And they had a match, yeah. Sorry. Cena out to accept the Slammy because Rock can't be fucked, obviously. So this is the, I would say, 60-70% booze for Cena phase.
Yeah, this is where he should have been turned if they were going to turn him.
It's like
And
almost Cena wins, lol.
yeah, but this set up something so good, which we'll get to after this main event.
Oh, because they're already booing him a little bit. Okay. But first, we've got our main event of the evening, Tax. It's Natalya versus Tamina Snuka, who happens to have AJ Lee.
Hang on. How do we do female Cetos and El Hijo de for the ladies? Because obviously these are all second.
Lahija?
I'm going to call it Snooker 4, like Villano 4.
La Femme de Snooker? Trying to think of other like lucha wrestlers.
Los Ice Cream de Snooker.
Natty Inyo, though. We can go with that. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, let's go for
What's
that.
French for small?
Petit Snooker.
No. That's Natty because she's Canadian. Hence the French thing.
I was
'cause,
just sorry.
you know, all Canadians are French, right? Anyway, about a minute of graps. AJ leads up on the apron. Tamina knocks AJ off the apron by picking up Natty, as you do. One sharpshooter later, and Natty's won the match. Yep, that was about minute 30 seconds.
Give Divas a chance, motherfuckers.
Best main event ever. But before they've even celebrated, Cole introduces the Ascension Ceremony thing.
Hang on. Connor and Victor are here. The Ascension Ceremony.
That's the one that went through my head immediately as well. But like, literally, it's like Natty puts on the sharpshooter, Tamina taps, cut to Cole.
You know what this was though, don't you? Bret Hart's here, so Natty's got to go over.
Well, yeah, I think they just had to fulfill their, got to have some women on the show. Looks good in the PR docs,
It very much does.
So the Ascension Ceremony thing. Do you want to talk about the purpose of this before I go into the play-by-play? Because I've got it written down.
So, the whole thing leading into TLC is that Cena with the big gold belt and Orton with the ugly ass belt are going to unify the titles at TLC. So WWE have realised that having two champions is a crock of shit.
Can we talk about what the belts are called? Because what was the WWE World Heavyweight Championship is now just the WWE Championship.
Yes.
And the World's Heavyweight belt, the WCW Heavyweight belt, is now just the World Heavyweight Championship?
Correct.
The logic behind the naming of these always used to really piss me off.
I mean, at least they didn't bother trying after TLC to go to the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. They've just got the champion, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Do we both agree that every wrestling promotion needs one main belt?
Yes, unless you want to give one to me.
Yeah, like WWE should have a World Heavyweight Championship, right?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they've got 73 titles is pointless. It dilutes the concept. I know you've got to have some more belts, props for storytelling to make things have a little bit more, to have stakes, because they don't have the creativity to have storytelling to keep people compelled without a prize to win. But yeah, there's no need for two belts. So I am a fan of unifying these belts.
Yeah, me too. I'm not against the concept of unifying them, especially because I detest the names and why there are two, I guess, because the brand split and everything, and just kind of held on to this and the whole WCW thing and blah, 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 blah,
However, the whole purpose of this Ascension ceremony was
12 years, dude. Sorry, go on.
All these former world champions to come out as holders of either of these belts, or in some cases, as you'll get to in the play-by-play, some have been fortunate enough to hold both. Unfortunate enough to hold both. If it's the world title, it means you've probably been on SmackDown, which means no one's watched you for 3 years. Unlike unless Raw, you get in the same situation.
The period of the SmackDown 6 was quite fun, but the rest of it. It's been 12 years we've had two fucking top belts. It's basically the 12 years where I almost just switched off from WWE. I watched it all, don't get me wrong, but I was not invested from like 2001 to like 2013 and beyond, to be totally honest. But
especially now you have a very, very dominant women's division, again with two fucking belts. Now if you're going to go for this 2 Night of Mania thing, because you've got such good caliber female talent, you could legitimately have your world titles headline each night. The men's title on one night, the ladies' title on the other night, and they are your main events. You don't need to fuck about having individual heavyweight titles for both brands, especially in this pandemic era when they're all on the same show. You could have had, someone from SmackDown's going for this, someone from Raw's going to go for this. I don't want them to fall into the shit we found at the end of the Aces and Eights run where, like, the X title turned into always triple threat. Well, we've got to have someone from Raw and someone from SmackDown going for the big belt, because that's how they would have done it.
Yeah, it's the same thing behind, the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. It's like, because it's there, we have to do it. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it also spreads their focus as well, which means the storytelling's worse, and the wrestlers don't have past they can go along logically every year, whatever it may be. It's too much going on. Let's just focus in a little bit. That would be a big thing I would like to see happen, but whatever. So, Triple H and Steph out. Cut to ads, so everyone else can make their entrances. cut back to a bunch of former champions in the ring. I'd say 20, 25 people, probably a bit more.
I think that's being generous.
Okay, I think it's a bit less than that.
So we've
Half
got
the ring's full.
Yeah, Big Show, Ray, Mark Henry, Carly, Booker T, Bret Hart, Kane, Triple H, HBK, Del Rio, Miz, Dolph, Punk, Dragon, Foley, Steph. See Autumn when they come out.
She's a former World Heavyweight Champion, to be
She
fair.
is.
Basically, Steph's cut to a bunch of champs in the ring. Steph's cutting a promo, putting over Triple H, while everyone else in the ring kind of smirks, going, "Yeah, sure." Steph says that Triple H is the pinnacle of the great list of champions, which immediately corpses Punk standing behind Triple H, which got me
Punk's
as well.
facials are so good during this.
Yeah, he does not give a fuck. He's just like letting his emotions show on his face so obviously. It's really funny. So, as Triple H starts to talk and put himself over, with no prompt at all, quietly at first, and gradually getting louder and louder, while Triple H is trying to talk through it, you can hear, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan. Just getting louder and louder until this giant crescendo of noise has filled this arena. And literally, Triple H is trying to talk through it, but he has to stop and put the mic down to his crotch, just be like, fuck. Because they will not stop. Dragon corpses, Miz corpses, Ray corpses. Triple H tries to keep talking through it, but the crowd will not stop. Big Show corpses, Mark Henry corpses, Booker T, Carly corpses. And I'm like, this is
Actually, Carly just had
awesome.
wind. And when Triple H put the mic down to his crotch, he was like, can you help me?
You ran my career from 96 to 99.
Excellent work.
Fucking this segment, man. I love this fucking crowd.
Shawn Michaels even going in
Go
front of Triple H and Stephanie, just like going, "Hey, calm it down now." Almost incited the crowd to get even louder.
Crowd
and you
gets
even
louder.
I mean, Stephanie was like, "Oh, this could be money," but Triple H's face was like, "Oh, we're never fucking coming back to Seattle ever again."
100%, genuinely fuming. You know, doing his best to try and hide it and try and think of a line to quiet the crowd down, but can't get there. It's so fucking funny, man. Mark Henry, gone.
I was going to say, well, yeah, Mark Henry tries to take control and raises Dragon's arm to a big cheer, then puts the arm down and was like,
pop.
Then Mark Henry was like, right, we're done. And then everyone still keeps going. Until Triple H is now...
Wait, hang on. So this bit where Mark Henry, in salmon jacket, by the way, is doing the bit with Dragon. Did you see Big Show?
No, what did he do?
Big Show is pissing himself laughing. He's like going, they won't shut up and even you can't do it. It's so funny, man. Oh, it's fucking great. Like, literally, as he says, like, shut up now, like Mark Henry does the cutthroat thing to the crowd, every motherfucker in that building in unison's going, yes, yes, yes. So funny.
8 minutes has passed and Triple H has finally come up with what he thinks is a really funny joke.
God, Triple H looking fucking fuming. The yeses kind of die down a little bit. They build back up and then die back down again. Dragon is in fits of laughter and eventually applauds the crowd, I think trying to get them to chill a little bit. You know, his adoring audience. Eventually they simmer down. Triple H immediately tries to bury Dragon. Have you got the line written down? Do you want to deliver it?
I'm only paraphrasing. I didn't write it down, but I'm pretty sure it's along the lines of, that's a lot of noise from one family, Daniel.
Yeah. The line is, that's a lot of family for one building, Daniel. I should have known. A lot of them look just like you. To which Dragon's going, yeah, that was shit. It's like, got his tongue in his cheek going, I'm fucking more over than you've ever been. And you didn't even push me. It's great.
Absolutely brilliant. And again, like we mentioned, Punk's facials for this whole thing. Punk's just sitting there with the essentially the proverbial shit-eating grin. He's like,
Fucking A. Yeah, absolutely, dude.
And Dolph
It's
Ziggler's like, I can't believe I'm here.
I was a champion once. Triple H continues his bollocks speech about unifying the belts and stuff at TLC. The crowd give the Triple H the what treatment, even though he's trying to change his speech pattern, but the crowd are like, fuck you, what? What? Constantly. Just having a great time. Like, I usually hate when crowds take over shows, like it can be awful. But when it's this in context, this might be one of my favorite segments of all time, especially just from TV.
That's the key, isn't it? It's in context of the show. It's supporting the hometown favourite and showing
it's
natural,
also
organic support.
Their long-term frustration with what's happened. They've got this situation where they've got everyone in the ring to vent their frustrations and their guy. You know, this is not just a Seattle thing for me. This is a WWE fan base entirety at this point as well in 2013.
It's a good thing that this fan base doesn't get the rest of the WWE fans punished at the Royal Rumble for this event alone.
Well, we'll find out. So Triple H brings out Randy and Cena. Both get booed. Cena, the face, gets booed more. In 2021, I do not hate John Cena. I think he's fucking brilliant. But in 2013, when he was very much forced upon the fans as the Hogan, the Bret, the Austin, you know, I really detested John Cena. And it became this thing constantly whereby like, he's obviously a very good-looking, incredible promo guy. And we'll get into his very, very good promo in a second on this show. But you compare him to his technical ability, his deliverance of moves and stuff. Like, it just never kind of quite did the job for me. You know, it's Punk quoted it in a shoot thing I watched this week, where it's like, you know, if you can't work with John Cena, you can't work with anyone. Because it's 5 moves, you know the comeback, you know how the sequence is going to go. And it's the antithesis of the white meat babyface guy of, like, you know, the Dave Bautista, the Randy Ortons, the Edge, the Triple H, the etc., etc., etc. of that period of WWE that I just really lost interest in that main event scene, especially.
He had no one to work with either. The problem with Cena, as you said, having what they dubbed the 5 moves of doom, the same thing what every top white meat babyface would do with the, you know, exactly what Punk said. There wasn't anyone to challenge him. And that's why when Cena started running with the US title and having matches with Cody, with Cesaro, and actually wrestling, that's when people started turning around on a bit of John Cena going, oh, he can wrestle. That springboard stunner, though, was shit that Cena did in that run. But this is like Thugonomics era John Cena was great because it was a good promo and it was a new guy. And I just think that he was very much hindered by how popular he became. Because like JR mentioned on his pod this week, I think it was Grilling JR, when he was looking at Cena's 2006. And obviously I know this is like 7 years removed from that.
Mm-hmm.
But Cena, he could never be turned heel due to the volume of Make-A-Wish stuff he did. I know obviously he bought a lot of merch in for the company, but John Cena, what he has done for, as again in an ambassadorial role for that company, what he does for those young fans, especially the poor kids who are as part of that Make-A-Wish program.
We're doing the classic John Cena argument. This is the argument that everyone was having in 2013. It was, look, he's shit in the ring. Oh, but look at all the lovely stuff he does and how important he is for the business. Like, I totally agree. I agree.
I've never thought John Cena has been shit in the ring. I've never thought that he's been of a level of people like Dragon, of Kurt Angle, or everything. But from an in-ring standpoint, I don't think he's shit. I've never thought.
Let me explain what I'm trying to say. Look at a Scott Hall moveset. Look at a John Cena moveset. They're fairly similar, but look at how the moves are delivered. The impact they feel when they're done, the force that it looks like they're impacted with, you know, when they do a Death Valley drive for a sack of shit or whatever. Look at how they've hooked the head, how they've hooked the leg, for example, and what that achieves in that move sequence, you know. when Scott Hall does it, everyone talks about Scott Hall being like the lightest worker of all time. But it looks like death. Like Bret Hart's the same. Like Bret Hart throws a punch, it looks like he's killing the guy. But Bret's notoriously one of the lightest workers of all time. John never looks impactful to me. It never looks like anything does any sort of real damage in any way, shape, or form. It looks like pantomime wrestling to me.
But that's what this whole era was,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
But I don't think
fit the
Daniel
mold.
Bryan's moves look like that. I don't think Ryback's moves look like that. Or Ryback's a stiff cunt, obviously. But you know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, we'll move on. I said I
Okay.
don't have any real gripes with Cena, but I said it's the argument being of the heel turn. I like sometimes when it's teased.
yeah. What if I did a little dance? Do the shivel, do the thing. How about a little heel turn? Great line. Really, really funny. But speaking of which, the second Cena's music stops and Triple H takes the two belts and goes to hang them up. And the crowd are like, Daniel Bryan! Like, just completely shitting on this entirely. It's quite
And
funny.
also, the best thing when Triple H is hanging those belts up, he's pulling down the thing going, raise the belts, raise the belts, raise the belts. And I guarantee it's a member of Daniel Bryan's family going, raise the belts, eh? Raise the belts, eh?
Well,
You
we're
made a joke
ready.
about me, eh? Mm.
So Randy cuts a promo about Cena not having ruthless aggression anymore. And he's got this terrible script. It's ruining funny wrestling TV show. Fans still chanting Daniel Bryan. They boo Randy. They chant boring. Punk is corpsing the whole way through this. Very, very funny. He does not give a fuck. Randy is still talking like 5 minutes later. Yes chants. Like, the promo is not bad, but in the context of it, it's like he's not even acknowledging the crowd or the situation or whatever. He's just reading a script. And it shows the big difference for me between Orton and Punk. I mean, not Punk, Cena. And that why I think Cena is a more capable mic guy, especially. Sean
Who
Brett and
did a
Punk.
better Marine film, though?
Who knows? I haven't seen the other ones. I've only seen Cena's. I might have to find out one day next. There's a great moment where Sean, Brett, and Punk are just casually having a chat as Randy's cutting his promo on them. It's just fucking great. You suck chants all across the arena. Then it's Cena's turn to talk some shit. Immediately booed, but Cena talks about how Randy says the word work and literally goes and puts his arm around Dragon, brings him out of the lineup of champions. And Cena stealing all that rub. He's very smart. Cena does a Q&A with Dragon where he's like, what's your name? And he's like, my name is Daniel Bryan. And where are you from? I'm from blah, 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 Washington. Some great pops. Really, really fun. And he does that classic line of like, what is it? What's the question he asked him?
It's like, and was your father a WWE superstar?
He goes, no, he's a logger or whatever. And there's one last thing where Dragon responds in yes, and that gets big yes chants, obviously. So Cena delivering what the crowd want, while getting him over, while trying seemingly to get Dragon over, stealing all that rub. Oh, Cena's a smart boy. Cena, but like without shitting on Dragon at the same time. No problem with this. It's
I like again the fact at the end of it, again, to make sure that Super Cena was really there when it said, and when I win on Sunday, I look forward to the rematch. Hogan handshake. Yes.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. So Cena takes Dragon's heat into a fuck you, Randy. You were handed everything in the WWE. So, yeah, says John Cena of all people. Irony, right?
Yeah, but John Cena didn't shit in a bag.
Fair
Had
point,
Jindrak
fair
done
point.
that, it would have been fired a lot quicker.
I mean, it's a smart line, but it's ironic as all hell, being like, Randy Orton, you were handed everything. And I'm like, you know you're John Cena, right?
But John Cena worked for it. John Cena did all the media stuff. John Cena was the company guy. John Cena didn't have kids, so he didn't have to worry about it. He could sleep on a plane and sleep in a bin.
Wait, hang on. Are you saying that John Cena was not handed his position at all?
I'm saying he earned his position and then got
He can't even do a Death Valley driver, dude. It's his finish. He can't even do an STF. It's his other finish.
WWE's not a wrestling company, though, is it, in 2013?
Oh, don't say that. It ruins everything.
What? You mean it's a compelling argument? They don't need to wrestle because he's really fucking good at media and bringing money in.
It's such a blanket statement that it takes away any sort of like what it's meant to be. You know? To me, at least. Like, I want wrestling to be wrestling. I don't want it to be pantomime bullshit all the time.
As I, Vince McMahon, drink from my bottle and just go, make movies.
Yeah, sure. So Cena does a really good job of taking a shitty situation and turning it into like a beefy promo that gets the crowd on his side by dropping some reality into these kind of shitty WWE scripted promos. But he hits every point he needs to. He works the crowd. Cena's fucking great, man. One of the very best on the mic.
Really set up, and he did quite well of transitioning from being a very Daniel Bryan centric segment into trying as close as they could possibly get to actually making people be hyped to see this match at TLC for the 73rd, 74th, 75th, 800th time between Orton and Cena.
Yeah. At least in this moment, he manages to achieve it.
And then the Mega Powers.
This is one of my favorite segments, and this might be my favorite ending sequence. This is up there with, like, you know, the build to WrestleMania 14 with Austin and Shawn, which is one of my kind of like childhood favorite memories, where Shawn super kicks Austin on the ramp and stuff, you know? Remember that?
That and then obviously that thing on SmackDown where there was, I think it was leading to possibly Armageddon, where everyone came in and hit all their finishes on each other.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good finish on SmackDown, sure, wasn't it?
So Cena puts himself over by saying how generous he is to the lower tier wrestlers. Some really smart stuff again. Cena offers the superpowers handshake to Randy. Mega powers. I did it again. Tax, no way. As soon as I said it, I was like, that's not what it's called. Cena offers
superpower.
the mega powers handshake, brother, to Randy Orton. Randy Orton eventually accepts it, and they lift the straps above them, raise them up. Eventually. Orton with the cheap shot. Pull apart in the kerfuffle. Orton shoves Punk off of him. So Punk goes, really? Decks Randy. Really good stuff. Which leads to Triple H pulling Punk off of Orton. Punk then jumps Triple H, which leads to Shawn going, hey, that's my friend, and super kicking Punk. And while this is happening, Dragon goes, wait, that's my friend. I owe you a fucking super kick. So Dragon connects with the Bombardier to HBK, the running knee, getting revenge on Shawn from turning a Dragon in the cage match versus Triple H that we mentioned earlier. Good storytelling. And then, do you want to describe this last bit?
Well, here we are. We are rucking in the corner. Randy Orton ends up careering into and knocking down Stephanie McMahon.
Ooh.
Triple H spots it, checks on Stephanie. Orton saying, I'm sorry. Triple H gets up, pedigrees the chosen one, Randy Orton. And after doing that, everyone rushes to help up Stephanie. Helping up the Authority, we've got Stephanie being held up by Triple H, Corporate Kane, and big match John Cena. With the heels looking after Stephanie, while Orton looks on going, I'm sorry. I only shat in her bag. It was just a little, it was a shart. It was a shart in her bag. I didn't really do it.
But the turn of Orton being the Authority's guy to accidentally getting shoved into Steph, knocking her down, but then Triple H just seeing Randy over Steph and being like, well, fuck you, and goes after Randy. So that when Randy comes to, he looks up to see the Authority with his rival, John Cena, standing there as well. Like, this is awesome storytelling.
This is the best ever John Cena heel tease they've ever done. But more importantly, like we said at the start of the show, this is the ultimate foreshadowing to what Mania Triple X promos thought process is going to be. You've got, I mean, I know it wouldn't have happened, but you had Dragon going after HBK. Imagine if they could have tempted, I mean, it's much better for what happened, but imagine if their game plan at this stage was, let's try and get Dragon and HBK to go at it at Mania 30.
Oh.
Let's dangle that carrot. Because you notice this whole thing that going into TLC, Daniel Bryan's supposed to be feuding with the Wyatts. Nowhere to be seen. He's attacking Shawn Michaels after, okay, giving him a receipt, bit of a revenge. Punk going after Triple H. That's where they were heading, potentially for Mania 30.
Mm-hmm.
And just having that tease of a John Cena Authority was like, oh my God. And genuinely, everyone remembers the Daniel Bryan element of this segment with the fans taking over, very few people remember the Cena, this end bundle that happened.
I forgot it happened.
But this was probably the last time WWE did something really good to finish a Raw.
Oh, that's a bold statement. It's one of the better ones for sure. There's definitely some moments with Roman recently, but those are SmackDowns, I guess. They're not Raws. I'd have to think long and hard about other good endings to Raw that match up against this. This is pretty up there.
This was an excellent episode of Raw, and it really does set the scene for where we're at. So, as you've mentioned already on the pod, Daniel Bryan is huge over. He is over big time, but he's currently mopping up his feud with the Wyatt family. We'll obviously do a little bit of an overview of where we are next. So we said we wanted to cover this episode to show how much fanfare Dragon had. Now, let's not forget, as he was part of this Ascension celebration, he has already been a world champion in WWE. It was the gold belt, and then he obviously lost it to Sheamus in sort of 6 seconds at Mania when he was with AJ as his manager at the time. So he has tasted the top title in WWE before, but he is huge over. And I know he's got hometown advantage, but no one has a chant, no one has much fan support in December of 2013 than Dragon did.
Yeah, 100%. And like, he hasn't really been given the traditional storyline push either. Like, he's forced his way into that main event scene. And he's just, by being very, very good at his job, he's just got over immensely with people.
So, in an average WWE year, because we're heading into TLC at the end of the year, which means we're heading to Rumble seasons, which we're heading into Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Around this time of year is really when people like us, everyone online, will start speculating who is going to win the Rumble. And based on this reaction alone, the sensible, logical fan process is we always want the babyface to go in if we're going to have a heel champion. Potentially, we could have a heel champion in Randy Orton going into the big match at Mania if he is successful at TLC. So who is going to be the top babyface to go against Orton to main event Mania? Who's going to go and win the Rumble? Daniel Bryan is now your number one pick in my mind at this time. When I watched this, it's like, well, it's going to be Dragon. They're going to have Dragon in the Rumble. He's going to win it. So We'll see on our next episode how these chips fall with the Rumble and what happens in the next 4 or 5 weeks between TLC and the Rumble.
I'm trying to think back to what I thought was going to happen in 2013. I think my idea was that Orton was going to become the unified champ. And then it would come down to Orton and Dragon and Cena in the main event in the Rumble or whatever, or just Cena and Dragon. And that eventually Dragon would get screwed, leading to eventually them building Dragon up into that kind of main event for WrestleMania. So I know something kind of relatively similar to that happens, but I can't remember quite what and how. And I don't think that their intention was ever to have Dragon in that main event, but we'll see. But yeah, this was a really, really fun show. 2013 was definitely not my favorite year in wrestling by any means for WWE. The lack of competition really shows at times. But this particular show has some fun matches. It's relatively inoffensive at times. There's some, nothing to really write home about. But there's not tons of horrible backstage segments. The main event is one of my favorites of all time. There's a solid little match between Ambrose and Punk.
Tamina versus Natty was your favorite main event of all time?
Yeah, that too. It's an easy 4 for me.
Yeah, it's 4 cornflakes to me, and I have a horrible feeling we've done something stupid. Because obviously we've spoilt ourselves with this show. Because we've had a lot, like you said, I had a lot of fun watching this, and this is great WWE, and it's similar to a way of what AEW do for me at the moment. They bookend the show brilliantly. And it's the same thing that I've always been told when giving speeches or public speaking. You start strong, you finish strong. You try and have good stuff in the middle, but no one's really paying attention. They pay attention at the beginning and the end. That's what WWE have done here. They started with a great match with Dragon. They finished with a great segment telling stories. They bookended the show brilliantly, and the content in the middle was average at best, which if you watch any of my webinars that I'll be doing or any presentations I'm doing, if you're misfortunate enough to come across me in the professional world rather than the wrestling world, you will find that I start strong, probably lose interest in my own self of what I'm saying, and then finish strong because I'm happy that I'll be able to like go and get a biscuit.
Nice. Gun joy of yourself. So, I don't know why I threw that in. Just felt like it.
On a webinar in front of thousands of accountants. I'm so glad that's done.
Taxes Only fans coming to you soon. So this episode...
Well, I'm the only person in Brit Wrestling who doesn't have one.
Fair point. Was the 9th of December 2013. The next episode, so proper part 1, but like episode 2, I guess we'll call it. We'll just go with episode 2, fuck it. It's going to be the 26th of January 2014. So roughly 2 months ahead, where we will be doing the Royal Rumble 2014. So we will update about those 2 months in between at the beginning of the Rumble pay-per-view, because we're not going to call the whole Rumble match, so there won't be that much to talk about, but there'll be lots of discussion points to be had. That's for fucking sure, because I remember what happens at this Rumble somewhat.
And lots happens between now and the Rumble, but not overly integral to the Daniel Bryan storyline, but a lot happens to get us there.
We will find out. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Mine's Fanboy Rich on Twitter. What is your social things? I'm tired, man. I'm stumbling over my words now.
I was going to say, you didn't even say where the social. You just went to mine's Fanboy Rich.
Yeah. I need a coffee and some sleep at the same time.
The Tex Williams on Bebo MySpace.
Yeah. Should we revamp MySpace? Everyone's leaving Twitter and Facebook now. So.
But most importantly, everyone, follow us on our World of Wrestling.
Follow me on TikTok.
Watch me dance. Interact with us on facebook.com/World of Wrestling Podcast. But most importantly, help us out. If you like what we do, leave us a 5-star review on your podcast app of preference.
Nobody listens to techno. Goodbye, everyone. Do you want to say goodbye?
No, I was just leaving it on the nobody listens to techno because everyone likes listening to Eminem.
Do you know what we haven't done? We haven't named the series.
Yes, we have.
Do you remember what the best name was? I know we had a good one at one point.
Bryan the Dragon.
Okay, just flat out. That's not going to get clicks.
Fucking it is.
What about Enter the Dragon XXX or something like that?
Bri Enters the Dragon.
We're not calling it Bri Enters the Dragon. Stop getting hooked up on this. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, bye everyone. Bri Enters the Dragon, episode 2 next week. See you then.
The louder you guys are, the better the wrestlers will perform for you tonight.
And that's why I kicked your leg out of your leg.
We're tough. We can take it, baby.
You gotta penetrate in the back, baby.
Oh, I can see what you're talking. Wait just a minute.
Buddy!